moved to Canada. But yeah, my experience my majority of my experience was in Europe. So I lived and worked in Ireland. I also moved to the UK, and that's where I worked. Majority of my tech experience was in the UK. But yeah, today we're going to be talking about something very interesting, and that's why I would like to know where you are at this point in time. Where are you? Where are you at this point in time? All right. So I'd like to know. I'd like to know. Are you in the UK also? So I can see Liverpool. I can see someone's in England. Okay, awesome. Being based in the UK, Chrissy is giving me a W. Okay, all right, awesome. But where are you? Where are you? Where are you in the UK? London. Nobody from Manchester. Nobody from okay. I can see someone from Liverpool. Nobody from someone from Essex. Okay. Oh, someone from Manchester also. I lived and worked in Manchester. I also did the same thing in Portsmouth. So I lived in Portsmouth. I lived in Manchester. Liverpool. Okay. Also, nobody from Birmingham. Oh, Stella from Birmingham. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I love this. All right. It's good to have you guys here. Okay. We're all in the UK. I miss the UK. And please don't tell anybody in Canada, okay? But I prefer the UK to Canada. I prefer the UK to Canada. I'm actually in Manchester. Okay, awesome. That's good. Good to hear from you. That's big. Okay, also that's beautiful. The only things I think, just to digress a little bit, okay, the only key difference, like the only thing I would say Canada has above the UK is the size of things. Okay, so if you move to Canada or you find yourself in Canada, the only thing that will be so different for you will be the size. So everything is just a size. So the size of the road, the size of your cars, the size of your room, the size of your food, the food stuff that you bought. The first time I ever bought a bean bag, if you see the massive container, that was just a bean bag. I just wanted just 2, 3 bean bags, but they gave me like 30, you know. It didn't make any sense to me, but now it looks normal. All right, so that's the only key difference, I'll say. I don't know, call it. Anyways, we'll talk about that. Today we're going to be focusing more on healthcare, um, tech roles. Okay, tech roles within the healthcare space. So take for example, and I'm going to use myself a lot as an example. And that's because also I relocated to the UK. I moved to the UK. Did my master's in Ireland, got a job in Ireland, then I moved to the UK. And you see, one thing that most people don't tell you is how to survive. Okay, so most people, when you're relocating or you're moving outside the country, the key thing that you have at the back of your mind is you just want to survive. Okay, you have bills every month, you need to take care of those bills every single month, so you end up surviving. Like, you just figure out how to survive. Now the major thing that happens, okay, the major thing that deters people is that continuous living in survival mode. Okay, so I moved to the UK. I got a job in the warehouse. Okay, so my first job was working in the warehouse. Like I said, survival job. It's important. You can't see you're moving outside the country. You're not going to do survival job. Only if you have gotten a job. Okay, but if you're going like to do your masters and your parents are not wealthy, or you're not coming from an extremely wealthy background, you have to do some survival job. I worked in the warehouse. So I worked about almost over a year in the warehouse. All right. And honestly, I almost got stuck working in the warehouse. And that's part of the things we're going to talk about today. I almost got stuck working in the warehouse. And what was the story? Simple. I'm coming from Nigeria. Okay. My salary at the time when I moved was just roughly over 300,000 naira, as at the time when I was moving. This was, going on almost 10 years ago. All right. It was almost 300,000. So it was relatively big money at the time. Okay. So I moved to the UK, and even on a student time, when I was working 20 hours per week, my money in a week was almost equivalent to that money I was earning in a month in Nigeria. So it felt like this is unbelievable. Fast forward to when I finished my master's, my 1 week salary was like almost, 4 or 5 months of work in Nigeria. So basically the simple mathematics was, if I continue doing this warehouse job and I do it full time and I'm working several hours, in which I actually went into it full time. I was working from like 12. So in a warehouse, you have the people that drive the PPT. I did the certification. I did the certification of driving the PPTs and all that. Okay. So I got the certification working full time. I was starting at like around 12 in the afternoon. All right. 12:01 in the afternoon. And I would work till late in the night, till like 4 a.m. So most times the shift ends like around 1. I worked with DPD. Okay. DPD in Ireland. So the shift ends like around 1:30. Okay. I would stay back after cleaning, after the shift. I will stay back to clean from like 1:30 to, I'll stay for 2 hours to clean the warehouse till 4 a.m. in the morning. And that was my life. Okay. So I did that menial job for like, I did that for like almost, that full-time stuff. I did it for like almost 6 months. All right. So when I'm talking today, I'm not talking from that kind of like I've not done it before. I have done it before. And you can easily get stuck in that loop. And I'll tell you what broke it for me, what broke that loop for me. Okay. So I was having a shift that same day. One of the days I was taking my shift, and I was speaking to somebody. All right. The guy he had been working in the warehouse for over 5 years. Okay. My money at the time was about 13 euros, 13.7 euros per hour. Okay. And this is the time I said that, okay, I just want to be earning like 1,000 euros every week. If I could get 1,000 euros every week, I'm fine. I'm good. That's good money. In a month, I'm getting like almost 1,000, 4,000. It felt like a lot of money. Okay. So I asked this guy that was been working for like 5 years in the same warehouse. Okay. And he said his money was about 17 euros. So I was like, okay. I did the rough calculations in my head. I'm currently on 13 pounds, say 13 euros. Okay. Now you are on 17 in 5 years. So you're saying that I'm just going to increase marginally in 5 years. My career is just going to move marginally in 5 years. And you see, that was what broke. That was like, when somebody slaps you to reality. That was the case. That was the case for me. All right. To say that, okay, my wife will always tell me, you didn't come to the country to count bridges, to count bridge. But at the time, it felt like if I invest more hours in that thing, I will make more money, essentially. And which is the case, yes, 100%. You work more hours, you get more money. It's as simple as that, okay? But you see, marginally, when you look at it down the line, it's just a career. It's a career. It's I won't say it's a waste, but it's not fulfilling. That's the key word. It's not very fulfilling. So I look at it, 13 euros now. In the next 5 years, I'm just gonna increase by 4 euros. It didn't make it, no, that's 4 euros. It's just gonna increase by 4 euros in 5 years. Yes, but when you do the calculation on an hourly basis and on a weekly basis, it's going to be an increase, but it's not going to be an exponential increase. All right. And that's what we're going to talk about today. You see, most people that move outside the country move for a purpose. If you don't have a purpose for relocating, then I'm not sure how to answer the question for you. But yeah, people relocate based on a reason, for a particular reason. And those are the things we're going to talk about today. So, I mean, if we're going to focus majorly on the healthcare, I worked in a warehouse, and I'll use myself again as an example. I worked in a warehouse. My first job was working as a BI developer for a logistics slash supply chain company. So my experience in the warehouse, okay, helped me get that first job. So now, how are we going to tailor it to this session? Essentially, visa sponsorship via healthcare tech role. Okay, if you've been working in the healthcare space, how do you leverage that your experience to get in, a tech role that will eventually sponsor your visa? That is what we are going to explore today. All right, that's what we're going to explore today, 100%. Okay, so if you're excited to be here, give me a thumbs up. If you're here, if you're excited to be here, give me a thumbs up. Awesome, awesome. Mary, Elijah. Okay, I got a number of people. Awesome. All right. So let's jump straight into it. The session is just going to be about an hour, 30 minutes, ridiculously an hour, 30 minutes. So I want you guys to take note of that. Okay? Take note. And I'm really looking at my tab. I'm wearing my watch. So I'm taking that very seriously. Okay? So an hour, 30 minutes. So if you're here for the first time, Okay, if you're here for the first time and you're okay, I can see some people here for the first time, but I'm just going to do a general overview of what Amdari is all about. So Amdari is a work experience based platform. It's a work experience based platform. And what does this mean? Let me just explain it in the simplest way you can understand. All right. So today there is a major discrimination that is going on. All right, major discrimination. And what's the discrimination? It's not about your color, it's not about your skin, it's not about your race, it's not about those things. It's basically lack of experience. Now, people that have lack of experience are neglected. And let me tell you the truth, you do the same thing. Okay? You do the same thing. We don't like beginners as people. We don't want to associate ourselves with somebody that is just starting. A perfect example, if you're a guy, I don't know about ladies, but I'll speak as a guy, okay? If I go into a barber shop, okay, I want to trim my beard, I want to cut my hair, I want to look fresh for the new week, and I get into the barber shop, and the person that usually cuts my hair is extremely busy. Like they have like five people waiting in line for this person. All right. There's one other guy that is free. Okay. Free. The person is free. All right. But the person is a beginner. The person just learns. Okay. The person you can clearly, these beginners, you can clearly see them that they are learners. Okay. All right. You would likely not want to go ahead with that person. You would likely not want to go ahead with that beginner. But that beginner needs experience. It needs your head. You need your head to do the experience, but you'll be scared. You're going to be nonchalant. You're going to be a bit drawn back to say that I don't want to give you the chance to ruin something I've been keeping, especially for people that don't have airline anymore. I don't have that. Bro, you have to pity me, okay? You have to pity me. I don't have that much bandwidth for you to use, my head as an experiment. That's exactly the point, okay? Organizations also are running away from beginners because they don't have the time. The time it to take you for you to understand, to think, to learn, and all that. The time to profitability on your head as a staff is too short. Okay, so they want you to come in and hit the ground running immediately, just like our president in Nigeria. Okay, hit the ground running. That's exactly what you are doing. That's what they will expect from you. All right. The same thing in any situation you find yourself. You are going for a very important session, or you're going for a wedding. Okay, it's your wedding day, but you just know that this your cousin, like your sister, your brother, just finished a training school on how to build, on how to sew a wedding gown. You are likely not going to give a beginner that kind of stake to say that, oh, I have a wedding next month. You just finished learning how to sew wedding gowns. I'll give it to you to sew it. You're going to flutter. You'll be scared to do that. Okay, same thing with the guy, your suit. So you see, everybody needs experience. Okay, but there is no room for where to get that experience. That experience, there's a void. There's a huge void. Where do you get that experience from? So you go into the job market today, you want to become a project manager, but everybody wants you to have project management experience. But you need that job to get that experience. To get, it's just like the chicken and the egg. Okay. Which one comes first? Is it the chicken? Is it the egg? Nobody knows. All right. So you see, in this kind of situation, that's exactly what Amdari is solving. So Amdari works like a consulting company. Okay, works as a consulting company where you can work with us and then you get to gain experience across different industries. That's exactly what we're going to talk about today. So we offer career paths across different sectors, okay, across different career paths, from data analytics to data science, data engineering to business analysis, to project management, to cybersecurity. Now, under cybersecurity, we have SOC and threat intelligence, we have GRC, we have app and cloud security. We have all these fantastic courses, career path that you can leverage. You can build that experience you're looking for. All right. So the goal is very simple: get experience and use that experience to get a job. Simple and short. Okay. So let's jump straight into our session today. All right. So a perfect example is what I have here. This is Pedro. Okay. Pedro got a job with the NHS. working as an OT security specialist. OT means operations technology. So he's an Amdari alumnus, okay? Went through the cybersecurity internship, work experience program, and eventually, after completing, he was able to get a job, land his first job in the UK, working as an operations technology security specialist. I want you to listen to Pedro for a second. I'm just going to play this video for like the first few seconds so you can get to listen to Pedro, okay? All right. Sorry, let me just give the volume a bit.
Thanks so much, Pedro, for doing this with us. And congratulations on landing the cybersecurity role. Is it SOC or what's the job title?
It's OT security specialist, but more of OT security. So it's cybersecurity, but in operations technology.
Amazing. And it came with visa sponsorship, correct?
Yes, yes. Role
yeah. Let me blow some confetti, imaginary confetti. Congratulations.
Yeah,
all right. So I would like to know how your experience, right, the work experience at Amdari helped you go from being a job seeker to becoming job ready, right? From the mentorship to the project. How did the work experience help you go from being a job seeker to being job ready?
Okay, so for starters, in my IT career, I've been more of a lone wolf. I like to study on my own, do my certifications, but moving to the UK, I realized that I had to change. I knew I needed some form of mentorship, and that's how I stumbled into Amdari. And yes, the program helped. It provided some guided mentorship that helped me determine the road that was suitable for me and how to navigate to the next chapter. I was already in employment, but I knew I needed to pivot. And yes, the Amdari experience was very important, and it contributed to me landing this new role.
All right, so that's why I'm going to stop for this, okay? So that we can, I don't spend time. I just wanted you to pick something, and it said something very sacrosanct that you don't want to jump over. It said it usually is a lone wolf. Try to do things by themselves. Okay, I can figure it out myself. I can try to do it myself. I can try to do, and that's it. But you see, moving to the UK world, W will give you a different perspective. The reason why that is the way we do things back home in Nigeria, for example, is absolutely not the same way you do things in the UK. All right? So let me tell you the truth. It took me about 2 years to get my first job. And that's trial and error, trial and error, try and error, try and error, try and error, try and error. And eventually, I spoke to one person that changed my trajectory in getting my job. So you see, the moment you start to say that, oh, I can try to do it by myself, it's not like you can't do it yourself. You can. It's just going to take you way longer time for you to get it done. So you see, the key thing here you need to not overlook is the fact that you need somebody to hold your hand. Okay, someone to guide you, somebody you can always talk to. Okay, a place where you can come to, and that burden of, oh, I've been struggling to get in a job. Can you help me? And these people are willing and able to work with you. That's exactly what Pedro was talking about. All right. Now moving on. There's a key thing that you need to know. The reason why we're here today is simple. All right, we're providing you that valid work experience. And now, this experience, how important is this experience? This is the statistics I want to share with you. 6 out of 10 of our interns, okay, will land a job within 4 months of the work experience program. So 6 out of 10 interns will land a job within 4 months of the work experience program. Now that number increases from 6 to 9 out of 10 people within 7 months. So if you join the program today, if 10 people join the programs today, okay, in 4 months, 6 out of that 10 people will get a job. Now, if you fast forward 7 months, 9 out of 10 of those people will also land a job. And this is the reason why we have all this testimonial. I have a ton of testimonies I'm going to share with you today, but I'm not going to bore you, start off with that. Maybe towards the end, I would share that with you. Now, a perfect example is Chinemie, okay? And if you just listen to the first few seconds of this video, you get to understand the reason why I'm saying this, just a few seconds.
I'm still in the process.
Are you done with your internship or you're still in the program?
I'm still in the process, interestingly.
Wow.
So we're just
Wow.
2 months
What
in.
months?
So we're just 2 months in. Chinenye was able to get her first job working as a project manager, okay, also in the UK. So you see, these are the things we're sharing with you. This is not just random statistics that we just want to throw in your face. It's just so that you know the importance of today's session. All right, and you take it very, very important. You take it very seriously. All right, so Chinenye landed a job, and so many other people. I'm going to share some other people that got a job in a month, in 2 months, while joining the program. But within 4 months, the likelihood of you getting a job if you join Amdawi today is 60%. The number increases to 90% within 7 months. And I'll tell you the reason why we are that successful. All right. Now, 85% of our interns get at least 2 interviews within the first 4 weeks. Okay? 85% of our interns will get what? At least 2 interviews within the first 4 weeks, sorry. Now, 100% of the people that have gone through the program and have landed a job said 2 things. They said the work experience internship and the reference letter was what helped them secure the job. 2 things, the work experience internship and the reference letter that we provide is what helped them secure the job. All these things, you might not totally understand what the work experience program is or what the internship is or what the reference letter is. Don't worry, I'm going to explain everything to you in today's session. All you need to do is just sit back and relax, okay? And I would explain every single thing for you. But these are the key statistics you need to know if you're looking at getting started or looking at getting a job today in the UK. These are the key statistics you want to have at the back of your mind. All right. So now, what are we doing today? Like I said, I'm going to be here for the next 60 to 90 minutes, ridiculously 90 minutes. So these are the 4 things I'm going to discuss. Number 1, visa sponsorship via healthcare tech roles, okay, and how to get sponsored. All right. Basically, that's what we're going to talk about first. Then your pathway to securing a visa sponsored job within 4 months, how the Amdari Work Experience Internship works and how it helps you land a job, and the limited and special offer that we have running at this point in time. So these are the 4 things that we're going to be discussing in today's session. Okay, so jumping straight into it. Who is this person speaking to you today? My name is Ifemena Ipro. I'm Nigerian, okay, worked and lived in Nigeria for a couple of years, moved to Ireland, worked and lived also in Ireland, moved to the UK, worked and lived also in the UK, and I'm currently based in Calgary, Alberta, in Canada, and that's where I'm at the moment. My experience spans different career paths. So when it comes to career pivoting, I've pivoted a couple of times. So I worked as a management consultant back home in Nigeria, moved to Ireland, got a job as a BI developer, all right, working as a business intelligence developer for a supply chain company. Moved also into business systems analyst, so a bit of business analysis, a bit of data analytics. So I've done business analyst, I've worked as a business analyst, I've worked as a data scientist, I've worked as a data engineer, I've worked as a power platform engineer. So I've done a couple of things across different sectors, different industries, and I have, one of the key success, I would say, amongst all the things in my career is actually helping people navigate their careers and getting a job. So you see, that's what I love to do. That's something, and that's why we started Amdari, okay? How do we hold all the Africans that had the same issue as I did, getting a job, back in the UK? How do I enable other people to do the same thing? So I'm the co-founder to Analytics. I'm also the co-founder to Amdari. And in the cumulative years of experience, helping people land jobs, I've done well over 3,000 people, in the last, I would say 6 years now. We've done over 3,000 people, help them pivot into new careers. Okay. And that's my experience. And that's the person speaking to you today. But I usually always like to start that I'm not coming from a tech background. I studied economics in university, got a job as a management consultant in Lagos, Nigeria, Okay, as a consultant, it has nothing to do with tech, nothing to do with tech. So you see, my background is also non-technical. So if you are saying that, oh, I don't come from a technical, you are perfectly okay, you're fine. That's not an excuse. It's not a valid excuse anymore. 5, 10 years ago, that would have been an excuse. But right now, today, as of today, that is no longer an excuse. All right. So I'm not coming from a tech background. I'm not coming from, a place of I was lucky. There's a proven strategy that you can deploy that has worked for a ton of people, over 3,000 people. All right. You could also leverage that in getting your own first job. And that's what we're going to discuss in today's session. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Okay. If you recently just relocated to the UK, all right, we're starting now. A new person, coming from your own country, either you're Nigerian or you are African or you are, from Asia, anywhere in Asia or anywhere in the world, and you just really recently just moved to the UK. All right, there's a very big tendency that you are going to do a survival job. There is a 85-90% likelihood you will do a survival job. Like I started the session, I started with telling you that I worked in a warehouse. All right, so you see my muscles today. Okay, my muscles today did not come from the gym. Now I'm recently just starting to starting to go to the gym. But you see, it was the first gym I went for, okay, that I subscribed to without me knowing, was working in the warehouse. All right, that was my first gym. So you see, as an African, they'll just tell me, "Oh, if you matter, your shifts are started, go to this belt. That belt is usually the hardest belt, machinery, big spare parts and so on and so forth." So I would leave. I'm even thankful that my back doesn't hurt today. Thinking about it, okay. So there's a high tendency. Like I said, there's an 85 to 90% chance you are likely going to do a survival job. As a student or as a new entrant, you're looking to get in a job because you are paying bills on a monthly basis. You need to get a survival job. All right. So, like I said, so that there are like top 5 career paths of top 5 jobs that people will do in survival mode. And number one is care. Number one is care in the UK. All right. So most people just, even if your friends, if you land into the country, your friends, the people that you know there will be the first person to recommend that you should do care. We have all done it. Go and do it. Okay. That's the advice they will tell you. All right. So working in care is most likely the first thing they'll tell you to go do. Okay. The next one is working in the warehouse, which is where I worked. Okay. Also, you can work as a customer representative, which is, I would say, most people do also work as customer rep. Last but not the least, we are working in a restaurant. Okay. All right. So there are more. Okay. This is just like the top 5 of the list. Okay. Is there anyone I'm missing? Let me see. Is there anyone I'm missing? Is there any other survival job that I'm missing at the moment that we have not covered? Let me see. This is top 5, isn't it? Security. Thank you so much, Peter. That's brilliant. I didn't think about security. Yes, I never worked in security, so maybe that's why. Cleaner, fantastic. Rita, support worker is care worker. Okay, that's it falls into that bridge also. Teaching porter, restaurant. So restaurant just covers everything. Teaching assistant, that's brilliant also. All right, that's brilliant. Thank you very much for this. These are very good, very, very good other, survival jobs that people will do. But like, mortuary attendants, that's the next that's interesting. All right, thank you very much for that, Bruce. That's definitely one key one also that people, will get into. Now, you see, these are the top 5 of the list. Okay, top 5 that people would always do. So if you have 100 immigrants that come into the country, they would likely, I would say about 80% of them will be in this category. Either you're working in care, you're working in a warehouse, you're doing customer representative, or you're working in a restaurant. This is essentially what would happen. Okay. Now, like I said, most people get stuck. Okay. Most people get stuck. But today we're going to be focusing on the healthcare space. Okay. So you've been working in healthcare or you've been doing any other of this career path. It doesn't really matter. Okay. But today we're going to be focusing on healthcare. But it's tailors into other career path. Like I said, I worked in the warehouse. My first job was working as a BI developer for a supply chain company. So my experience in the warehouse was what I used in getting that job. So these are the things that we're going to be exploring in today's session, so you get to understand better. All right. So upon completing your master's or having worked as a care worker, what's next? I give a scenario. I also wanted to go full-time warehouse because I was earning like €1,000 in a week. Yes, I was earning about €1,000 in a week. You know, it looked juicy. It looked juicy because I mean, working in a month, €4,000. It didn't feel it felt very good. All right, it felt very, very good, and that's exactly what you need to understand. All right. So moving on to the next one. So now the key thing here is, how do you leverage your healthcare experience? How do you leverage that healthcare experience? Now, see, without a doubt, there's so many things that I could say to sort of get you excited and all that. But I'll tell you for free. The number one the number one company in the UK today that would hire you because of that your experience is the NHS. All right, 100%. Now, a lot of people we're going to do a practical session today to talk about how the NHS would help you, how you can apply, leveraging this your experience, okay, to get a job in the NHS. But there are certain questions you still need to answer, okay? It's not magical to say that, oh, because I worked in the healthcare space, okay, miraculously, I'm just going to, the NHS wants to hire me. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way, okay? Sorry about that. Sorry. So moving on to give me, the NHS itself it's not magical that you just get a job immediately. All right. And there are certain questions you need to answer, and that's exactly what we'll talk about today. Now, there are three questions you need to answer. Number one is, what's the right career for me? Okay, what's the right career for me? That's the first question you need to answer. Now, what's the right career? I would say this every day, any day, anytime. Play to your strengths. Okay, play to your strength. Now, if you are enjoying the session and you want to get access to the slides, the things I'm going to be sharing today, I'm going to do a very detailed practical session on how to apply for jobs on the NHS website, how to tailor your CV. We'll do everything today. All right, but you have to fill the form to get access to the recording of today's session. All right, so my colleague, okay, Amdari Growth, is sending the form to the chat section. So you just go to the chat, click on the form, fill the form, and then fill the necessary information there, okay, and you get access to the recording of today's session. All right, three questions you need to answer. Okay, three questions you need to answer. What's the right career for me? How do I get the work experience needed for the job? Okay, we are going to go to the job board, and you'll see that over 90% of the jobs that you have on the NHS website requires you to have experience. Now, what type of experience? We'll discuss that in a few seconds. Now, the next thing is, how do I guarantee success with my job application? So you can apply for jobs regardless. Okay, I mean, right now, you don't even need to come to Amdari to go apply for those jobs. You can go there and do it by yourself. But what guarantees you success is the key thing. If you're thinking volume is the answer, so I would apply for 10 jobs in a day, in a week, 50 jobs, 100 jobs, at least I'll get 2 interviews. That's not the kind of success we're looking at. All right. If you listen to Chinaye's story I played earlier, Chinaye landed the first job. She's currently working in the NHS also. She landed the first project manager job she did. The first application, the first interview that she landed immediately. Is that going to be the case for you? I'm not saying that's the case. I'm telling you that there is success, guaranteed success. And that's exactly what you need. Okay? You need guaranteed success. Someone that will tell you that, okay, I would work with you till you get this thing done. That's exactly what we're talking about today. So these are the 3 questions you need to answer. What is the right career for me? How do I get the work experience needed to get a job? And how do I guarantee success? Okay, success with my job application. That's the things we're going to talk about. Now let's talk about work. Let's talk about the right career. Okay, let's talk about the right career. Okay, and I would say this: avoid reliance on your degrees and certificates. Okay. Oh, I have a master's in project management. Oh, I have a master's in cybersecurity. Oh, I have a master's. Oh, I have a this. I have a certificate. I'm currently preparing for a police 7. I'm currently doing my PMP. I have a PMP. Avoid reliance on your degrees and certificate. The reason why I'm saying this is you would not be able to talk about your experience. It deters people away from talking about their experience because there's this reliance. Like I said, I did the same thing. All right. Oh, every interview I went for, there's a tendency for me to talk about my master's. I'm currently doing my master's. I just completed my master's. Oh, I'm doing this, my master's. Oh, I have a certificate. There's a tendency that you want to focus on that particular thing. All right. Now, your past experience is valid. Okay, a lot of people want to run away from that past experience. Okay, I didn't do anything that has to do with project management. I didn't do anything that has to do with data analytics in my past experience. I don't think it's relevant. It is. It is 100% relevant. It's an experience. And those are the things that you need to focus on. Now, job bulk application. I'm just going to be applying for jobs, eat or miss, and I don't care. I just keep applying. Bulk application doesn't mean anything. It basically means you have no job strategy. There's no strategy to you landing a job. You're just trying to blow yourself in different places. So the key thing here is, as a care worker, someone working in the care space today, all right, I'll tell you this. Focus on acquiring skills and experience in careers that guarantees you a sponsorship job. Skill, experience, career that guarantees you a job that will get you sponsored. Because most people in healthcare today are doing it because they are already sponsored. Either they are going to get sponsored or they are already sponsored. All right. So even in the care space, is either of those two things. So most people don't want to do it because they love the job exceptionally. They did it because they need to get sponsorship. Now you've been sponsored, but you want to move from your that sponsored job to an actual job that you would love to do. So that's what I'm telling you today. Focus on acquiring skills and experience in careers that guarantees you a job, a sponsored job. Those are the things we're going to focus on. Now, when we now take out those keywords today, in today's job market in the UK today, skill, experience, career, sponsored job, when we take out these keywords, all right, it is important for us to know the career paths you need to focus on. Okay? So if you're looking for a job on the NHS website, what career path should you be looking at? Okay, so I'm working in care today. All right, I have, I want to get a better job. I want to get a better job, better pay, more flexibility. The hours are crazy. I hear a lot of people say the hours are crazy in the care space. Working, 3-4 days on shift, then 1 day off, and it's a continuous process and it's very demanding. Do you get me? So you're looking at breaking away from that, kind of schedule to be more flexible, 9 to 5. And after 5, you're chilling, you're working from home, you're having that. If you're looking at getting that kind of flexibility, there is no way you want to do that without, taking into consideration the skilled worker visa. And that's what we call the eligible occupation code. So if I click on this, it's going to take me to the page. And this is why I want you to fill the form, because you'll get access to all these links and all these things I'm going to be sharing with you today. All right. I'm going to share everything with you. So you see the eligible occupations code, okay, basically talks to the career paths in the UK that can offer you sponsorship. Okay. Now the table is sorted in order of occupation codes with the smallest number at the top. You'll be able to see all this stuff. Okay. All sub codes are listed at either skilled, higher skilled, medium skilled, or ineligible. The key word there is higher skilled, medium skilled, or ineligible. Now, the key thing here, without wasting too much time, what career paths are we focusing on? Okay, what career paths are we focusing on? And that's why I'm very focused on this career path. Okay, because most people that are looking at work experience in the UK today are looking at getting sponsorship. Okay, today you're looking at getting a job, you want to get a job, you need experience to get a job. And we're going to do a practical session so you see for yourself. Now, looking at data analyst, what codes would it get into? 2133, 2433, 2431, 3544. These codes exist on this portal. The only thing I've done is to make it easy for you to search for it. So if you just put your code there, 2133, and you search, you'll see it. Even if you just start from the beginning here, you'll see IT project managers. And that's where you have this here, 2131, okay? And you see it here. IT project managers, we have IT project manager. What is this? Higher skilled, meaning that if you're looking at getting into project management as a care worker and you're looking at getting a job as a project manager with the NHS, you will most likely get sponsorship. All right. Now, IT managers, we still have IT information managers, we have IT product managers, and so on and so forth. Okay. Now, IT business analyst. Okay. We have computer analysts and scientists, falls into the domain of data analytics and a bit of data science. All right. Data architect, that's data engineering. So if you're a data engineer, you're looking at breaking into data engineering. That's exactly what you have here. You see here, data architect, you see data engineers again, systems architect, IT business analyst. Okay, also sponsorship. So if you're looking at anything role, data analytics, data science, data engineering, business analyst, project manager, you see higher skilled. It means you can get sponsorship with the NHS, especially we're looking at the NHS today because of your care experience. So how do you leverage this care experience in getting a job? That's exactly what we're going to be talking about. Please ensure you fill the form so you can get access to this recording, so you can do these things again and again. All right. Now, if you just scroll down a little bit, you'll see cybersecurity professionals. Now you see majority of the people that are working in cyber that got a job with Andari, they are currently working with the NHS as cybersecurity professional, either in SOC or pen testing, or you're talking about app and cloud security or GRC. I'm going to show you a lady. All right, she got a job as a document controller working with the NHS. I'm going to show you, this information are, I'm going to share everything with you. So you see cybersecurity, we have cyber operations defense specialist, cybersecurity management and governance specialist, that's basically GRC, forensic computer specialist. Forensic is ethical hacking, penetration testing, and all that. Basically trying to hack into systems, ethically, okay, and all that. Secure system development specialist, cybersecurity professionals elsewhere, not specified. So you see, what I've done for you is to break it down into this career path and the SOC codes that guarantees, that tells you if it is higher skilled or lower skilled or medium skilled or ineligible. So we focus on higher skilled anyway, okay? All the numbers here are all higher skilled roles, all right? Now, I put a caveat here. The caveat here is very simple. Caveat says that if you've completed courses in these careers, you are above 70% of most applicants. So most people that are applying to the NHS today, all right, have not completed courses. Now, if you've completed a course in data engineering, data analytics, business analyst, cybersecurity, you are above 70% of the people applying for jobs to the NHS. So if you've completed a course, just give me a thumbs up or give me a 1 in the chat. If you are seeing your career here and you've taken a course in that career, give me a number 1 in the chat. All right, I can put thumbs up. I put a lot of thumbs up coming in. Okay, awesome. That's good. You've taken a course in any of the career paths that you're looking at taking. Awesome. That's beautiful. Okay, this is brilliant. So just know at the back of your mind, you're better than 70% of people that are currently applying. Okay, because I'll tell you this: some people are just bolder than you. Most people are just bolder to say that, okay, even though I don't have the experience, I don't have anything, I'm just going to apply. And I'll tell you this: over 70% of people you're better than those people, essentially. So if you're taking a course, you are literally a step away. So you have the right career figured out already. All right. Now, let's go do something a bit practical. Okay, so live demo, I'm going to go to the NHS website and we are going to look for jobs in this career paths. All right, so let's jump straight into it. Go to your browser, search for the NHS, just search for NHS Jobs UK. Okay, and I'm going to go to the website. Okay, so I might not be able to do an actual end-to-end application process, but I'm going to walk you through what you need to do. So I'm going to go to search. Okay, that will take me to the actual job search portal. Now, let's start with the role of a data analyst. Okay, then we'll go to business analyst, then we'll do cybersecurity. Okay, we might not be able to do all the career paths, but pretty much the same thing. So I'm going to come to search, and I'm going to look for data analyst. Okay, and I'm going to click on search. Now, what I'm going to do is going to feed into the next part. Okay, it's going to fit into the next part, and I'll just say it because we don't. Okay, I'm going to go through it. So now we have 2,974 jobs. Okay, currently found for data analyst. That's a lot of roles. Okay, so now we want to focus on roles that can sponsor our visa. Correct? That's what we want to focus on. We're not looking at any role. We're looking at roles that can sponsor the visa. So now you see the filters that you have on the side over here. You need to pay close attention to it. All right. So number one is working pattern. All right. So you can't get sponsored on on any other career path if not full time. So it has to be a full-time job. So I don't want to apply for jobs that would not give me sponsorship. So full-time, if it's not full-time, please remove it from the job search. Number one, first, done and dusted. So working pattern, full-time selected. Scroll down to contract type. You're also looking for permanent. Now, if you don't want visa sponsorship, please don't disturb yourself with all these filters. Apply to all the jobs, okay? All right, but we're looking at visa sponsorship. That's why we're applying this filter. So full-time, permanent is what you're looking for. Scroll down again, you have staff group, okay? Staff group, you don't need anything here, honestly speaking. Don't need to stress yourself. The next thing you're looking at is pay range. Pay range, very important, because in order for you to get sponsored in the UK today, the base salary for sponsorship is 41,700. That's the magical number, 41,700. Please don't say that, oh, I'm looking for a graduate role. So the graduate role will pay me 35,000, 38,000. So I'll be looking for graduate role. I can tell you for free, okay, free of charge. How many graduate roles do you see out there today? I'll leave you to go and answer that question yourself. Okay, so if you're looking for a role, I would say just put between 40 to 50 and 50 to 60 pounds. Okay, 40 to 60,000 and anything above. Well, usually I would want you to play in this range. Okay, because this is entry level senior role. Okay, these are like senior roles. These are like middle management senior roles. Okay, that's where this pay band usually falls into. All right, middle management to senior roles. That's what you'll find in this category. So 40 to 60,000 pounds. That's the ideal case. But if you want to go higher to 100,000 pounds, please go ahead to do it. Okay. All right. So go ahead to do it. Okay. Pay grades you really don't do. You don't need to disturb yourself with that. Click on apply filter, and now you are left with 611 from 2,974. It seems that 611 is still a lot, to be honest with you. All right, and that is where the job strategy is very important. Okay, so the right career path, the right experience, and job application, correct? Those are the things that you need to have at the back of your mind. Bruce says, I like your approach. This is how to go about this. Amazing. I love it. I mean, this is a free session, okay? So that's why I'm saying you just fill the form, get registered, get access to the recording so you can watch this video anytime and any day. All right. So is it advisable to learn data analysis as well as, because my target is there? Don't worry, I'm going to take questions at the end. So I'll take all these questions. So please, please take note of those questions. Ask it at the end of the session. I don't want it to eat into my time, the 1 hour and 30 minutes that I have set up for this. All right. So you see a lot of roles in here: lead data analyst, you see the business analyst, testing analyst, cybersecurity analyst, and so many roles that you have in there. But you're going to be focusing majorly on the data related roles. So the reason why you have a lot of, roles that are not data related here is because I honestly love the way the NHS website does their search. So what they do is they search for data. So any job role that has data in it, it will bring it out for you. Okay? So any role that has data inside, it will bring it out for you. Any role that has analyst as a word, it will bring it out for you. So you see now, you have the data analyst, lead data analyst, you have the business analyst. Because the keyword the analyst appears, all right, in your search, it's going to bring it out for you. All right. Testing analyst, same thing. Cybersecurity analyst, same thing. So you see senior data analyst. Okay. So you see all these roles exist today. So you see the information analyst. Let's take a look at this. Okay. So you see this information analyst is basically a data analyst. So let's take a look at the job description. All right. Now, job summary. Okay. To work on part of the team in delivering effective business analytics and intelligence services, supporting the executive team, divisional operational managers, clinicals, and corporate functions through provision of accurate, timely, and highly quality information, analysis, and insights. Basically, that's what they're telling you. They're going to be doing a lot of analysis, clinical analysis. Now, when you say clinical analysis, so let's go straight into the job description. Responsibility to support, understand, interpret highly complex information. You see, when people see all these things, they want to run away because is it me that would be doing highly complex information analysis? Honestly speaking, it's not that deep. Okay, it's not that deep. It's like saying, somebody is it's just giving more, putting words together to make it sound complex. This is just you analyzing data. You using Excel to analyze data. That's what it means. All right. So there's nothing magical, with this context that you have here. All right. Provide specialist knowledge and expertise across many areas of NHS information and policy. You want to run away from this now because you don't have that knowledge. Okay. So it means that, I don't think I'll be able to do well on this job. No. Okay. You see, a lot of people take into consideration only now, not time with time. So most people feel like this job description from top to bottom, I need to be able to do everything before I start the job. No. Okay. You see, in every organization, there is something they call training. Number one, there's something they call training. So you're going to be trained on the job. So this thing that they have there, you will be trained to do it. Number one. Number two is there is also time to improvement, essentially. So you see, when you start a job, they don't expect you to know everything in day one. All right. In most organizations, it's usually 6 months for you to catch up. 6 months. In some organizations, it's 1 year. All right. So it's like you getting a job with Google or Facebook, and all of a sudden, everybody wants you to understand the entire code base and everything within 2 months or 1 month. It's impossible. So you give you a lifetime now. All right. In most organizations I've worked, it's usually 6 months to a year before they expect you to understand everything within the organization. But as a Nigerian, honestly, I won't lie to you, as an African or somebody that is looking for a job, that has always been searching for a job, I can tell you for free, you will learn it in 2 months. Okay. So you see, all this thing that looks like a lot of things is just things to tell you what the role entails, essentially. Now you see this. Now, the key thing here, you see, relevant master's degree or equivalent. Now, I'm breaking this down so you know exactly that what is important and what is not important. When they say relevant master's degree or equivalent, or equivalent senior analytical experience. So you see this, a master's degree in what? It doesn't matter in anything. Okay? It's not specific. So you see, people will read this now and say that, oh, I don't have a master's, so I'm not going to apply. No, it doesn't mean you shouldn't apply. They say equivalent senior analytics experience. Senior is also, how do you define senior? Okay, you're a senior data analyst. Is that what it means? Or is it that I have 5 years of experience in the role? Is that what senior means? You really cannot. It's context. All right. So these are the things that you need to understand. So if you're applying for this role, you see, experience trumps whatever degree that you're looking for. All right. Now, desirable degree or in analytical, these are all desirable. Okay. All right. I don't think desirable. So you see now, experience. The key thing here is experience. Significant experience in analytical role within performance/information management. Where do you get that experience from? You've never done it before. Even if you've done data analytics in Nigeria or in Ghana or in India or anywhere you're coming in from, even if you've done data analytics, was it performance related? No. Was it information management related? If it's a no, then you don't qualify. But in the real sense of it, where do you get that performance/information management experience? Where do you get it from? Where do you get it? That's exactly what we're doing at Amdari. Okay? Substantial experience extracting, linking, and analyzing large complex data. You need that experience. Experience developing dashboard and reporting visualization too. You need it. Experience applying, you see, experience. So this is for the data analyst. So you see, a lot of experience is needed. The key question is, as a care worker today, and you're looking at, you've done data analytics courses, you've taken bootcamp courses, you've designed different dashboards in your experience. How do you tailor yourself to be able to apply for this role and get it? That's exactly what you need. So now you're in the right career path. You're in data analytics. Definitely, this job can sponsor your visa. Now, there's a cool tool. Amdari has a partnership with CV Matchly. So CV Matchly is a Google Chrome extension, okay, that allows you to know, it does sponsorship analysis for you also. So take, for example, I want to apply for this role. I want to know if this company can sponsor my visa. This is Lesham and Greenwich, okay, NHS Trust. I want to know if these people can sponsor my visa. I really don't know if they can sponsor my visa. That's something that you need to have at the back of your mind also. So what I'm going to look at now, you see, the CV Matchly would also tell you, see sponsorship analysis. All right. So you see Lesham and Greenwich NHS Trust. Worker A rating, which is good. That's a green, meaning thumbs up, that's great. They can sponsor. Sponsorship route, skilled worker visa, fantastic, beautiful. Shortage list, yes. The advanced analyst, information analyst is a role that can sponsor your visa. And the salary threshold is also something that is above the threshold. Like I talked about it, 41,700, it's above the threshold. Currently and that's the reason why we applied the filter. So you see this role, if you apply for this role, you are likely going to get a sponsorship. Like if you get the job, you are likely going to get sponsorship. Now, a lot of you will be scared that, what about if I get the job and I cannot perform, I can't perform well on the job? What's going to happen? Nothing. Nothing will happen to you. Okay, you will perform well on the job, and I'll tell you exactly what we do to help you perform well on the job. Okay, so essentially, that's if you found that informative, please give me a thumbs up. Let's do one more. Let's do a business analyst. I don't have so much time. Let's do that of a business analyst. We can do project manager. Yeah, let's do a project manager. Maybe we'll do one project manager. Maybe one cybersecurity very quickly. So let's take a look at this. This is a business analyst with Swift Clinical Services Limited. All right, this is a business analyst role. I am currently in care. I want to apply for this role. What do I need to do? Let's go straight into it. Okay, job responsibility. So you see, candidate must be able to demonstrate previous experience of operating as a senior analytical lead with ownership of analytical output and stakeholder engagement. Now, the key thing here is experience. They're looking for you to have prior experience. Where is that prior experience going to come from? Okay, that's exactly where Amdari comes in. Okay, and I'm going to explain this. Don't worry. I'm not just saying all these things. I just want you to have that. Just picture the question in your mind. Where does this previous experience, where does it come from? I'm going to tell you exactly where it's coming, how we do this, in the real sense of it. All right. So you see, most business analyst roles today, something I just a little bit of caveat. Most business analyst role, they want you to wear the cap of a data analyst. So you're a business analyst. So you see it here. You see most of the roles here are more, data related, but they still want you to be a business analyst. So you see documentation, requirement gathering, elicitation, and all these things that you do as a business. And they still want you to do that, but they want you to be a data analyst on the other side of things. So you see, that's where the work experience program comes in. We'll do both of them for you to give you that experience, both in data analytics and in core business analysis. All right. So now let's go to the person specification. So qualification, like I said, I'm going to look for experience. So what you need to get this job. All right. So you see significant experience working as a data analyst, business intelligence or information analyst role, and all that. Proven experience in extracting, manipulating data, demonstrated experience in design, development, and delivery of dashboards, and so on and so forth. So you see everything here is talking towards your experience. Now, if you scroll down a little bit, okay, so you see here, experience of working within the NHS or wider public sector with understanding of NHS data flow, reporting process, and workforce or operational system. Experience in developing, data analytics, reporting process, so on and so forth. You have that. So you see, when you're talking about wider public sector or the NHS, what's the NHS? Healthcare. Okay, so if you've done anything that's relating to healthcare before, it's desirable. Okay, you can use it. You can leverage that experience in getting the role that you're looking for. All right. So I would have loved to go into more roles and all that, but let's just do that of a project manager. Okay, because I know we have project managers in the house and they'll be like, oh, why not us? All right. So let's do the same thing with project managers. Okay. And I'm going to do, let's say one cybersecurity. Okay, I had one cybersecurity in the former job search, but let's just say try cybersecurity. Now, the key thing here, is it cybersecurity or cybersecurity? I'm not sure. Cybersecurity or cybersecurity. All right. So now, project manager, let's take a look at this, okay? You see everything, these are main duties. Let's go to the description itself. Please refer to the job details in the list. Participants, okay, participate. Okay, let's see. Provide effective project management to ensure that schemes are delivered to the required specification within the agreed cost and time limits. If you've taken a course in project management, you would likely understand what budget is and what cost is and what time limits and all these things and schedules and all that. But the main problem is when they ask you a question, tell me when you have done it before. That's where the question, that's where your balloon gets punctured. That's where that's your experience, that's your thing that you're holding, that certificate you're holding. That's where the balloon gets punctured. This is what they want you to do. During the interview process, they would likely ask you the question, tell me when you've done this before. All right? Tell me when you've been, you've been on a tight budget, on a tight timeline, and how were you able to achieve success? If you give me a chance, I will do it for you. That's most people's questions. They answer the question. I've not really done that before. I have gotten a master's. I have a master. I haven't said, if you give me a chance, I would try to do it. That doesn't work, in the workspace today. Ensure compliance with all national and local requirements, regulations, policies, and guidance with all this. Like I said, in most organizations, there's training. So what they want you to do, they will teach you. Basically, the key thing is you having the experience beforehand. It's what plays the biggest role in this. Responsible for formulating the project brief, deciding on extent of the project team, and selecting, vetting, and appointing where appropriate, and briefing professional constraints. You see, all these things are practical experience. So I'm going to show you something. I'm going to go to Amdari's website, okay? And I'm going to go to my dashboard. I just want to show you for people that are going to project management. So you'll see what I'm talking about in a few seconds. All right. I'm going to select the project management internship. So you see this for yourself. All right. I'm going to take the fabric cohort. I'm going to go to internship. I'm going to go to projects. And I would let's select the one that's the healthcare business, something for the hospital, for one of the startups that you're going to be working with. All right. So I'm going to click on view project. Sorry. so you can see it for yourself. Weekly expectation. Now, for this particular project is with Med Alliance System based in Melbourne, Australia, specializing in providing operational, tools for over 30 hospitals across Australia, New Zealand, so on and so forth. Basically, that's the project. There's a business challenge and all that. But now, I want to relate it I want to relate this role with this project that you might work on. Okay, so you see, we start off with the sprint kickoff and project overview. All right, we move into communication plan and stakeholder mapping. Now, if you're taking a look at this, all right, so you see, responsible for formulating the project brief, deciding on the extent of the project team. That is your stakeholder mapping we're talking about. All right, you move on to setting up the Jira board and defining sprint backlogs. Okay. All right, selecting, vetting, and appointing where appropriate, and briefing professional constraint consultant practice director, together with the project monitoring inspection team, project lead, chair meetings in relations to project, e.g., project progress meetings, contractors, hired consultants, and so on. So now, take a look at all what you have here. All right, define MVP features and deliverables, align responsibilities and deadline. So that deadline that we spoke on, initially, you're going to get that experience, timeline, deadlines, cost, and all the things we're talking about. Set up initial build, okay? Build core schedules, connect backend, testing, tracking, evaluation, project closing, presentations, so on and so forth. So you see, the experience that you need to get this job is just from a few projects you're going to be working on. All right. So contribute towards the preparation of the business case to support the estate's strategy. So, these are things that you can get experience and use that experience in getting the job. All right. Same thing with cybersecurity professionals. Okay. If you're looking at this, okay, job responsibility, qualification, experience, extensive experience of developing and delivering an information security service to a large complex organization using confidential or sensitive information. So you see, where do you get this experience from? So someone that just completed a master's in cybersecurity or has taken some certification in cybersecurity, there is no way you want to answer situational based questions. It's going to be very difficult for you to answer questions. So if you've taken a certification, Cisco, the IT, CIS, CIC, CIA, CPA, whatever you have done, and they ask you, tell me how you do it. Okay. Oh, you're using Splunk. Okay. Tell me, when you're using Splunk for log analysis or threat intelligence, tell me your experience of what you've done with that before. You are likely going to crumble because you don't have that experience. Okay. Now, it's always a plus for the NHS if you have done something that has to do with health before. It's always an additional, from my own experience personally, it's always an additional, advantage that you've done something that has to do with healthcare. There's something we call the supporting statement. You see the supporting document. I'm going to click on it and I'm going to show you something very quickly. All right. I'm going to open it up. Now, for this role of the cybersecurity analyst, okay, this is the supporting document. You see it here, supporting document. Most of the applications will have this supporting document. Now, if I open this up and I scroll down, all right, there are certain NHS core values, okay? I'm going to come there in a few seconds. Policies of produce healthcare core values. I don't want to scroll past it so it doesn't. So I know I was going to move past it. Okay, so you see, these are the core values at the bottom here. Okay, compassionate, aspirational, resourceful, and excellent. Okay, compassionate, aspirational, resourceful, and excellent. Now, in your past experience, when you're writing your supporting statement, you need to tailor it to one of these headers, most of the headers: compassionate, aspirational, resourceful, excellent. So even in your experience as a care worker, most of these things falls into the healthcare space. So how are you compassionate? How have you been compassionate in your past experience? How are you aspirational? How are you resourceful? How are you excellent? Essentially, you need to discuss this. It has to show in your supporting statement. So you see, even looking at getting a job in NHS, your healthcare experience might not just be a waste. It's actually not a waste. Okay? So that's exactly what you need to have. That's just a demo. I probably will do more demo at the end. When you ask more questions, I will do more demo. Just because I have how many minutes now? 18 minutes left. Okay, so I just want to go through. I've discussed quite a number of other things, with the work experience, with job applications, and so on and so forth. So I'm just going to breeze through them, in terms of. All right, but I want you to listen to this. I want you to listen to Laura. Okay, just briefly, I'll play the first minute.
You mentioned it before, but can you just talk in specific terms, the things about Amdari, or the experiences, or the Amdari processes that actually contributed, to the success of this, you landing this role?
Okay, so when I joined Amdari, I was told that within 2 months of joining Amdari, you're gonna get a job, because I've been having some menial jobs here, and I was like, okay. I wasn't skeptical because I saw the reviews on Instagram before joining Amdari. I was like, let's see how it goes. I wasn't expecting in my wildest dreams that I'm going to land this role within 1 month. I just joined Amdari last month. So this Amdari internship program really helped me, to be very honest. It helped me, and I became very proud of myself. I was able to get some insights into, here in the UK, they would say, oh, it's very difficult for an immigrant to get very lovely jobs, corporate jobs, and all of that. It was very hard to believe, but Amdari helped me see that this is very possible. You can learn whatever you want to. You can get that job. So Amdari has really.
All right. So you see, also coming from a menial job, but she was able to secure a job as a document controller within a month of going through the GRC work experience program. Now, we have a lot of people that are looking at going into GRC, cybersecurity, data analysts, and they are struggling to get in a job. One of the major reasons why they're struggling is that lack of experience. And that's exactly what we are solving here at Amdari. All right. So moving on. Okay. We talked about the right career. We've talked about the right work experience. And that's why I had to go to the job board to do all that conversation, data analyst. We don't have enough time to go through all the career paths, but basically, that's the reason why we're here. So you have that personalized treatment if you come on board. So you see, for the right work experience, for any salary between that 40 to 60, you need to be experienced. You cannot come in as, as a beginner. Okay, you can't come in as I just finished my master's, I just have the certificate. You have to come in with experience. Okay, now, no, you don't have to be scared to say that, I don't think I'll be able to perform well on the job. No, don't worry. That's exactly why we're here, to help you with the experience required for you to get the job and able to succeed beyond to succeed. And maybe if we have enough time towards the end, during testing, when we're done with the session, I'll just play a video recently. Okay, so now the right job application strategy. Now I showed you CV Matchly. So Amdari has a partnership with CV Matchly, which is an AI platform that helps people land more jobs in the UK. All right. So I did a quick demo of but I didn't show you the extent to how interesting how the platform works. So take, for example, let's just use the business analyst role. All right. Or let's use the project manager. So I want to apply for this role. Okay. I upload my CV. It immediately starts to analyze my CV. That's CV Matchly. All right. It analyzes my CV and it tells me the keywords that are missing and the keywords that will match. Okay. It does this in under 10 seconds. All right. So you see this. I can see this company now. Betsy, Calwood, this sponsorship, is good, and all the information around sponsorship you can see there. Now, the key thing here is the missing keywords. What are the key missing keywords? You see the keywords, your capital project, site supervision, multi-stranded project, health and safety, NHS guidelines, and all these keywords. Now, you will need to optimize your CV, all right, in order for you to apply for the job. So now my current CV, this score is scoring 15%. It's telling me it's bad, but I'm using a business analyst CV, which is now a perfect fit for a project manager role. I'm going to click on optimize CV, and it's going to give me AI suggestions. Okay, include any relevant project management experience. So it's telling me that this CV that I use has no relevant project management experience. So you see, I like any transferable skills from business analysis to project management, such as budget management, constraint negotiation, contract negotiation, stakeholder management, and so on and so forth. So what I would do now is generate optimized CV. And the thing now would happen, the magic is happening now. It's taking down my CV, that's the 15% score, and it's helping me tailor it to this role. Okay, it's helping me tailor that CV to this role. So you see, all the places that I had business analysts, I had this, is going to revamp all those experiences into project management experience. Okay, that would score above the 90% that I can then use to apply for this job. Okay, so this takes about 33 seconds. Everything, the analysis, the optimization, everything takes less than a minute. Okay, and that's the reason why we have good success. People saying to get a job in 2 months, 3 months, 1 month, 6 months, joining the program. This is part of the reasons why they're doing that. All right, so if I download the CV now and I open it up for you, you'll see everything has now been tailored towards. You see, the delivering complex multi-stakeholder programs and transferable and transformation projects, and so on and so forth. So you see, all these led analysis and delivery of concurrent transformation initiatives, applying the PRIST methodology and all that, prepared feasibility studies, costed options, appraised. You see all the key things here that is needed for this role has been added to the CV. So you see, that's exactly what job tailoring is. So you see, CV actually helps you, and that's part of the things that you're going to be getting coming on board. You're having the right career. We're going to guarantee you the right work experience, also the best job application strategy that helps you get the job. All right. So you see, well, I've shown you a demo of how CV actually works. So that's it. So we have more, interns that have gone on to getting a job, working with the NHS, working with different companies in the UK, with Deloitte, KPMG, HSBC. We have people working with different tech consulting companies like, what's the name of this company again? That came to my head. I don't remember, I'll come back to it. Okwayemi, for example, got a job as a data analyst, after the internship with Amdari. You see, Abisoli got a job with the NHS, okay? You can see the work experience program. Amdari, SOC analyst working with Amdari, and you can see September 2025 to March 2026, and you can see he got a job as a cybersecurity specialist working with the Royal Devon University Healthcare NHS Foundation Trust. So you landed a job after the internship. Okay, so even after, how are people still landing jobs after they've completed the internship? I'll walk you through exactly what makes success. Is the key thing for you today. It's not, the key thing for us here is for you to get a job. The work experience program is just something that is needed for you to get a job. But you see, the entire journey with us here is that you must get a job. So you see, that's Abisoye, got a job as a cybersecurity specialist, okay? The experience that you are seeing, that you saw today, that I showed you, those are the things that you're going to use, you're going to learn, you're going to build in order for you to be desirable with the NHS. All right. Darlington, the same thing. Okay. Selections and implementation lead, got a job as a data analyst, went through our data analytics program. Now he's working in a senior role. So you see, one thing that you'll notice in all these roles are these people are senior. They're not junior roles. Okay. They are senior roles. But if you don't have if you feel like, will I be able to do it? Don't worry. You're worrying that about something that you cannot control. Leave it to us. Let's work with you. Let's build that experience for you. And that's exactly what Darlington did. Currently is working with St. Helena, working as a selection and implementation lead. All right. Francis got a job with Deloitte UK, working as a project manager, with Deloitte. And he went through our program. Okay. Went through the project management consulting, project management work experience program, currently works with Deloitte. If you look at his past experience, nothing that has to do with project management. He has taken courses in project management. He has taken some certification. He needed that experience, came to experience, and eventually he was able to get a job. Okay, and you can see that. Jerry also, if you started the session early enough, you listen to Jerry's testimonial. These people, the videos are there. Okay, so when I say listen to Jerry, it means the person spoke about their experience. Okay, so Derry also got the job working with the civil service, working as a data professional. So you see, we have business analysts, project managers, cybersecurity professionals that are getting jobs, Nigerians, Africans like yourself. The key question you need to have at the back of your mind is, how can Andari help me? I'm currently working in the care space today. I'm currently in this particular job. I need to make a pivot. I need to make a career change. How can Andari help me? I'm going to spend just about 5 minutes here, but it's going to be as clear as day how we are going to help you get the job. So we're going to do 3 things for you. Amdari is going to do 3 things, only 3 things. Number 1 is UK work experience. You see, there is a bias when it comes to your CV. If they review your CV and there is no employer in the UK that can back up that experience, you are likely not going to get a job. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is it's based on real conversation. All right. So one of our interns got a job, okay, and they were looking for, references, okay, and they wanted to know if Amdari was in the UK. Is Amdari a UK company or a Canadian company? Because we're registered in Canada, we're also registered in the UK. So we help also people in Canada looking to get in a job with work experience. Everything we've discussed so far, we help people here in Canada and the US to do the same thing. All right. So you see, the thing here is they wanted to know if we are registered in the UK. So it was just for us to provide documentation. And I'm going to show you today. So it's as simple as every company should be able to go to Company House UK. Okay, so UK valid work experience letter. Okay, so Company House, you see find company information, come here, start now, and I'm going to search for Amdari. Okay, so you see it here, Amdari Limited, incorporated in 2025, 28th of February, and this is our official address, and you can find out companies and everything that you have there. Okay, everything is there. So you see, registered in the UK, everything valid UK experience. So all the experience you're going to be getting from Amdari is 100% valid in the UK today. All right. So the next thing is tailored employability. It's the key thing here. I'm going to spend a little time on tailored employability, and we have job application strategy. Okay. So we combine these 3 things together: a UK valid work experience, tailored employability, job application. You are likely going to get a job. It's most likely that you get a job. The only part where we cannot control is your own time. Okay. But in terms of we provide you with everything that you need to get a job, we will do exactly that thing. So you see, this is how it works. Okay. Amdari, okay. Amdari, the company, we're going to bringing you in as a consultant. So you will come in as a consultant, not as an intern. Okay. We use the word internship, just so that people can understand what we are doing. All right. But it's a work experience program. Okay. So you're not going to be working as an intern. So an intern in business context means a beginner. I just finished taking a course, so I went to do an internship to get little experience. But no, that's not what we're doing here. So you're going to be working with us as a consultant. So if you go to most people's profile on Amdari, most of our interns have gotten jobs, and even the guys going through us, we call them consultants. And I'll tell you the reason why in a few minutes. Now, you're also going to be given a specialist. You're going to be assigned a specialist, someone that has experience, a minimum of 5 years of experience in the domain. Either it's data analytics, it's data science, it's data engineering, it doesn't matter. You are going to be given a specialist that has a wealth of experience. So in situations where you don't know what to do, there is somebody to hold your hand, literally. All right. And the way the projects are progressed is from easiest to the hardest. So you're going to grow in progression, and the specialist is still going to be there to hold your hand all through the way. So even if you say that, I've only taken courses, I've never done this since before, don't worry. The specialist is there that will literally meet with you every week, at least 3-4 times in a week. We'll be meeting you every time to touch base with you, ensure that you're on track. Long story short, so that personalized treatment is going to be there. Now, what are we going to do? What are you going to do as a consultant with Amdari? You're going to be working with 5 startups. Okay, you're going to be working with 5 UK-based startups. So you're going to be working with one startup with the healthcare, an health-tech startup. Number 1, you're going to be working with a fintech startup. You're going to be working with a supply chain management startup. You're going to be working with an IT-based startup, and you're also going to be working with an education tech platform-based, business, a startup in the UK. These are all UK-based industries. So when you go for an interview, you're not going to be speaking out of thin air. You're going to be speaking based on your experience with us. So in the 4 months duration, you would have completed 5 industry projects from 5 UK-based startups. So you're going to be working on real UK challenges. Okay, you're going to gain real cross-functional experiences. You're going to get that team presentation, evaluation, recommendation, all the things that you need to get in the job. That's what we're going to provide you with. Now you can add these experiences to your CV. So you can add data analytics consultant, project management consultant, business analyst consultant, GRC consultant, and all that. You can add these things to your CV and say you're currently working with Andari. Okay, and that's where we provide you with the work reference. Okay, we provide you with the work reference letter that helps you, with your job search, and you'll guarantee that you get the job. All right. The next thing I will do also is you get a tailored recommendation letter upon completing a project from a startup. So you see, when you complete this project with the LTech startup, what are you giving? You're giving a recommendation letter based on your performance on the job. And this is a very, in most of job application process, you would see all that information, all that documents that might help you. This is where the recommendation letter comes in. All right. So for every project that you get to work on, you get a customized recommendation letter. Okay. The next thing is a portfolio of related, UK-based projects. So all these projects, you can add it to your portfolio to say that you've worked with this startup, you've worked with this startup, you've worked with this, you've implemented this, you've done this, you've done that. That's exactly what you're going to be getting. And last but not the least, you will get expert guidance from start to end of your work experience. So this is where the specialist comes in. The specialist is there to hold your hand from the first project to the very last project, all through your journey. So it's not a situation of, oh, I'm a beginner. Oh, I have never done this before. Don't worry. We literally will hold your hands all through the journey. So the work experience program is for 4 months. Okay. In this 4 months duration, you'll be working on 5 projects. So that's an average of about, 3 weeks per project. Okay. So 3 weeks, 3 weeks per project for 4 months. Okay. You get the drift. You understand? That's about, 16. That's about, you'll be spending roughly 16 weeks with us, long story short, and you'll be working on 5 projects. So essentially, that's essentially the case. All right. Now, tailored employability, what are we going to do for you? We're going to help you with personalized CV, review, personalized LinkedIn optimization, how to navigate the UK job market. So you see what I did today with the NHS. All right, we're going to do customized, for the NHS, for civil service jobs, for, applying on LinkedIn, key strategies you can do to apply on LinkedIn. One I'll show you just because it's a free session, so I don't mind showing you some things. Okay, so I'm going to show you one on LinkedIn. All right, maybe I'll show you at the end. For people that wait to the end, I'll show you that one. People that wait to the end, I'll show you something very interesting that most people don't know. Most people don't do. I'll show you at the end of the session because I just have a few minutes to go. A valid UK job reference, on the job support, and an online portfolio builder. So you'll get all this, tailored employability, CV review, LinkedIn optimization, how to navigate the job market, interview preparation. So whenever you have an interview, if you just go straight to the website, you would see from the website, from your page, from your dedicated page, you see, you can book an interview preparation. You can speak to an employability. Somebody is always there to talk to you. You get me? Do you understand how important you are? Like anytime you feel like you need help, somebody is always going to be available to speak to you. So now we also have Optimize Your CV. Click on Optimize Your CV. It takes you to a page where you can easily just optimize your resume. All right, you can go ahead to click that and you optimize your CV. And once you're getting that, you can easily just go ahead to book an interview session, an interview prep session. So you see, everything here is personalized to ensure that you get the best experience, which is the overall goal is for you to get a job as soon as possible. That's exactly what we guarantee at the end of the day. So the job application process, we're also going to be giving you an employability expert that you're going to be working with, merged with the partnership we have with CV Matchly. There is no way you're not going to get a job. I know you might want to doubt, the process or doubt yourself to say, will I be able to? The key thing here is, we have done this over and over again to guarantee success. And that's the reason why I'm sharing those testimonials with you, so you see it. All right. So you see, number one, your sponsorship role, the pathway to sponsorship. Choose your career path in which most of you have done. Build experiences. Complete 5 major projects. Those are the things that we're talking about. Assemble your portfolio. Build your portfolio out. Optimize your CV. Target sponsor employers. Now, in the UK today, we have well over 141,000 companies that can sponsor your visa. 141,000 companies. If you don't know that, I will show you very quickly. All right. So if you come to the job, if you come to your browser, search for companies, okay, that can sponsor your visa, can sponsor visa in the UK. Okay. If I search for this and I come down to this particular place, you will get to see, register of worker. You see this register of licensed sponsors. Now, if I click on this, it opens up and I would open it up for you. I'll do this in like a few minutes. It takes a few minutes to come up. Okay. All right. So this is the Excel sheet. So if I come here and I increase, let me just increase it a little bit. All right. So you see here, currently we have over 141,000 companies that can sponsor your visa. Now I'm going to apply a filter. Okay, I'm going to apply a filter because there are so many pathways in here. So I'll only select skilled worker visa, and I'll click on OK. So now from 141,000, we have 121,000 companies that can sponsor your visa in the UK. 121,000. So when we're saying that you should focus on those companies, we know exactly what we're saying. Focus on companies that can sponsor your visa. All right. And then how do we do that for you? Partnership with CV Matchly, your job search strategy. We're going to do all that for you. And then eventually you land your job. So the give or take is between months 2 to month 6 is where we have put it, timeline for us also that you must get a job. All right. So join our next cohort starting on the 6th of June. Okay, it's starting on the 6th of June. And if you're looking at getting started, I would say start now. It always seems impossible until it is done. You see, Martha landed a job as a project manager, within 2 months after she signed up with Amdari. And these are actual people. I mean, that's why we have click here to listen to Martha, click here to listen to these people, so you know for yourself. This is Betty, and you see Betty got a job working as an information technology business / project manager with Echoes IT. This is in Manchester. All right. So you see, what was she doing before that? She was working as an information technology IT project manager with Amdari. And you see how she used the experience as a lever to getting a job. The same thing with Anita. Anita also works as a senior business analyst, got a job, as a senior business analyst. You see this, Mama, your girl got the job. It's here. This is the person that prepped her for the interview, which is also a specialist. She was able to get a job, and you can listen to Anita's story here. All right. So you see, the reason why we're sharing the statistics with you is to help you get started. So there's something we call analysis paralysis, where people overanalyze situations before they get started. All right. But you see, 6 out of 10 of our interns, which is 60% of our interns, will get a job within 4 months. That 60% becomes 90% in 7 months. So, the key thing here is for you to start. That's the only difference. Now, 85% of our interns would get at least 2 interviews in the first 4 weeks. 100% of our people who landed jobs said the work experience internship and reference letter is what helped them get the job. UK experience. That UK experience is relevant, 100% relevant. And that's why you're going to be working with UK-based startups to build that experience that you can leverage during the interview process, during the job application process, to give you an edge, in your job search strategy. All right, so we're doing a special discount. Our price currently is £800. Okay, price is going for £800 today, and it's discounted, 25% discounted at £600. So instead of paying £800, you're not going to be paying £600, which is a massive drop. All right, which is a massive drop. 25% discount is a massive drop. So now you don't have to pay the £600 today. You can actually pay in 1 to 3 installments if you're looking at getting started. You can actually pay between 1 to 3 installments. So if you don't get a job, now this is a key question. What about if I don't get a job? I spent £600. What if I don't get a job? What happens to me? I can tell you this. You will continue to receive a structured job search guidance, feedback, and support at no extra cost until you get a job. So you see people are getting jobs 7, 8 months after the internship. That's exactly what we mean by that. So it's not like you're going to finish your internship, you don't have a job, we're going to let you go, you're off. No, we have a very strong, after sales, after internship services that guarantees that you are always going to get that support until you get a job. Do you understand what I mean? That's exactly what we mean by, that's the number one guarantee that we have for you. All right. Number 2 is lifetime work experience reference. Now, with this reference, it means that if in 2-3 years or maybe you need another job, you want to get another job and you need work reference, we are always going to provide you with that work reference. That's exactly what we mean by that. Now, if you register today, all right, and I'm going to walk you through the registration process. If you register today, all right, lifetime access to the project and the videos and everything that you have on the platform, you would have lifetime access to Un-rejectable platform. All right. Number 2, you have 3 months access to CV Matchly. You would have 3 months instant access to CV Matchly. You'll get a coffee chat with a UK recruiter. So to validate, some of the challenges, some of the things that we are seeing today, you will speak to a UK recruiter, base recruiter, so you know how to, you'll get that information essentially. All right, you get your CV and LinkedIn optimization done within week 1 of you getting started, and then you get a personalized job search strategy with me. So I'll dedicate my own time, with you, where we're going to sit down and plan out how you will get a job and how we're going to help you get a job, a personalized session with me. So that's only if you register today. Now, let me walk you through how to, get registered today, okay? How you can go. All you need to do today is go to your browser and search for Amdari. Just search for Amdari, okay? Just your normal browser, search for Amdari, okay? You see the first name there, Amdari. Click on it. It takes you to the website. This is our official website, okay? And then you see here, internship program, okay? It's called the internship program. Come to the internship program. And you see we're currently running the 25% discount on all the courses that we have there, okay, on all 8 courses. So depending on the one that you're interested in, please go ahead to click on it. So you see project management career experience internship, click on apply now, okay? It takes you to the main page. Now, I need to say this is an early bird discount. So instead of paying £800, you're paying £600, but you can pay in installments, and that's what I want to show you in a few minutes. All right. Click on apply now. It takes you to the page where you can go ahead to make your payment. But you can see now it is £500, and you're wondering how it is £500. I'm going to explain that to you in a few seconds. Now you can either select the June EU quote. EU means Europe. Okay, so like I said, we do both for Canada, US, which is NA. All right, and the guys in EU, if you're in Germany, you're in France, you're in Ireland, you're in whatever country in Europe, you just select the EU. Okay, now if you do a full-time payment, you are getting further discounts. So if you, instead of paying £800, okay, you're now paying £500. So you're saving £300 in total. All right, but if you want to pay in installments, in 3 installments, if you want to pay in 3 installments, you can easily pay £200 every month for the next 3 months. So the work experience program is for 3 months. All right. So we don't want to say 7 months, because most people are looking for a job within, as fast as possible, within 3-4 months. So that's the reason why the internship program is for 4 months. 1 month, month 1 is for you to settle in, understand the program, understand what we're doing, at least complete 1 project, started the next one. By months 2 and 3, we're going to be very aggressive towards job search, and then you see exactly how you get a job. So you see, month 1, you can actually get a job in month 2. All right. So, but essentially, you're going to be paying 3 installments of £200 for the next 3 months in order for you to secure your discounts. Okay. 390 is what I can afford, please. Yesterday's price is not today's price, unfortunately. All right. You can start in July, actually. Yes, 100%. So you can secure your discount now and start in July. You could when you make your payment, Peter, just send an email. Okay, don't worry. I'll write down your name, Peter. So I will discuss with that. I'll discuss that in a few minutes. So 3 installments, £200 per month for the next 3 months. Get started and proceed to pay. Now, because you don't have an account, you will need to create an account. Okay, so once you click on payment, once you click on proceed to pay, it will ask you to log in, but you don't have an account. So all you need to do is create an account. All right, so you put in your first name, your last name, your email, your location, your phone number, password. So let's just quickly do this. I'll say Ifemena, okay, Ifemena, ePro, okay, I'll say ePro, Ifemena, okay, at gmail.com. Okay, select location. I'm going to be in Canada, or you can put UK, or you can just type in United States, United Kingdom. Okay, so I'm going to put in my number there and phone number, password. I'm going to put in. Ensure you follow the stuff that we have underneath. Okay, special character, uppercase, lowercase, and it must be at least 8 character long. So just the conditions that you have here. Click on create an account. Then easy peasy, you've created your account. Okay, so you see this, everything is there. All you're paying is £200 per month for the next 3 months. You're starting on the 9th of June. So if your next payment is supposed to be the 9th of July, but you don't want to pay because it's too early in the month to be paying that. You could actually change it you see your next payment date, you could actually change it to the end of July. So if you usually get paid on the 24th or 25th, you can just change it to the 25th of July, sorry. Okay, no, this is June. You're paying now in May. The next payment is supposed to be the 9th of June. So now you've changed it to the 25th of June, and then you're good to go. Okay, so your full payment is instead of paying £800, you're paying 600, but you're only starting with £200. You confirm this information, you read the terms and condition, and then click on pay now. This would redirect you to a Stripe account. This would direct you to a Stripe account where you can then make your first installment. Okay, where you can then make your first installment. So like I said, the offers that we have today, it's only valid today. All right, so if you're looking at getting started, that's the offer. This guarantee, the other extra guarantees, the UK recruiter conversation, the CV optimization within week 1, the personalized job strategy with me. So I'll jump on a call with you. We'll have a one-on-one session, and we'll do all this conversation so you have to fill the form today, and you have to make payment today, so we can confirm that you were in the session today. Can a full-time worker join the internship program? 100%. So now this is where, I'll just play one more testimonial video, then I'll take some questions, okay? And this is Opayemi. She got a job as a data scientist in the UK. And I'll play this video, and then I'll take questions, and then we can call it a day.
Congratulations on securing a data analyst role in the UK. We are more than happy that you're sharing this news with us. Congratulations are in order. Getting a job is always a struggle. So what would you say your biggest challenge was, in the job search phase, especially as someone trying to get a first job in tech? What was your biggest challenge as a job seeker?
Thank you for the question, Amoni. Actually, I didn't transition into tech. I've been in tech. I have my BSc in computer science. And then I came to the UK for my master's in data science and analytics. I graduated with distinction, and you will think like, okay, after graduation, you will get the job. Yeah. Application upon application.
Yeah.
And then you won't even get any reply, no response at all. think they call it ghosted, like they actually ghosted you, that sort of things. And then you just want to, even after spending a lot of masters, you are just trying to keep on upskilling yourself, because in the tech space, if you close your eyes, by the time you open it, the world is far, far ahead of you. So you have to keep on upgrading yourself, keep on being on the top of you again. Yeah, so I'm Dari. Like I told a friend of mine few weeks ago, that one of the best decisions I made this year is I'm Dari, and I'm happy, sincerely.
Actually, so how would you say that your experience at Amdari, from the projects you worked on to the mentorship and all of that, helped you go from being a job seeker to being job ready?
Yes, like I said earlier, that one of the best decisions I made this year is coming to Amdari. Before I joined Amdari, I think I was in a meeting. I think the first time I saw Amdari was on maybe LinkedIn. So I joined the session where they're talking about the work experience. It looked so nice. Then I was looking for somebody to ask that's gone through the program, but I didn't see anybody, so I didn't join. But later this year, I think around April or so, I saw the International Women's Day promo. I was like, okay. And mind you, I was on another training, data management training, because I call myself a lifelong learner, But Amdari just talked to me like, there's something missing that I need to really plug into, especially in work experience in the UK. And then I came on board. From my first meeting, I tell you, it's been wonderful. And I want to give kudos to my team lead, Sean. The projects we have done, the one we are still doing, seriously, it gives me confidence. Like, there's no aspect that I cannot take on. The Amdari experience has been so wonderful. And the icing on the cake is the mentorship session. Wow. They will build your confidence, like tell you can actually do it. There's nothing out there that you cannot do. It's been a wonderful time with Amdari. Selling.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And thank you for giving Sean his flowers. So my last question will be around a specific part of the Amdari internship that gave you an edge during your interview or your application process. So what would you say that specific aspect of this experience is? What gave you an edge?
Okay. Like when I answered the first question, I said when I was applying after my master's, there was no response. You don't even get, unfortunately, you look out for, okay, send me response, but you don't get. But since I started this Amdari program, I've been getting calls from recruiters, because the projects we do, from customer segmentation, customer cohort analysis to AI, they are end-to-end projects. And there's no application that I see there and I will not be able to be like, oh, I can do this. I can do this. So all the projects, I can't even say one, all of them that I've done in Amdari, they've added to me. They gave me confidence. Like, there's no sector that I don't think I can go into, because I've gone through, done energy, we're presently doing health and different parts. So I can't point to one, sincerely. All has been wonderful.
Thank you so much.
All right. So take a few questions, and then you see the impact in someone's career is something that we don't take for granted anytime, any day. So you see, complete your masters, you just don't, that you're applying, you're not getting offers, you're not getting calls, you're not getting call back. You can make that switch today. All right. And that's, thing that you feel like it's, at the time, what that thing is hindering you today can actually just be the reason why you skyrocket your career. So the key thing you need to have at the back of your mind is how good do you want it? How interested are you in switching your career? Those are the things. Judy got a job with renewable energy, and you see this consistently. You see the data analytics consultants. You can say how she worked with us for like 5 months, and eventually she was able to get a job. She's working as a data analyst now. Do you think Judith is going to be wondering, what does it take to get a job in the UK? She's gotten a job. Do you understand? Same thing with Sandra. Got a job as a data protection paralegal after the GRC program. You see, these are people that have gone through the program and they are doing great stuff at the moment. Toby got a job as a data scientist working after the program. You see, Laji got a job as a data scientist, business analyst. We have a lot of people and the reason why we have all these people here today is because they took a chance on their career. Okay, took a chance with us, and now their videos are here. You can see that. So let's take questions. I'll be taking questions from the chat, from the first question all the way to the last question, and then we can call it a day. All right. So can you tell me more? Can you tell me about the project implementation you led? And it was a wonderful, it was a wonderful experience. Okay, so project. I mean, the entire when you're looking at project management, on the work experience internship, it's a very detailed, beautiful experience that you're going to be getting. So like I said, for this particular program starting in June, you're going to be working with 5 startups, okay, based in the UK. Before it could be based anywhere, okay? So you could see Smart Hospital was based on a company based in Melbourne, Australia. We have companies in the UK, US, and all that, but now we've tailored it specifically to the UK. So you're going to be working 5 companies, and all that. So you see, we have this one, robotics manufacturing. We have one with business, telecommunications, and so on and so forth. So you see, you're going to be getting that very customized experience that you can use. So you see, from project introduction to drop-in session to complete workflow diagram to requirement listing and task backlog, mentorship sessions, ticketing and board setup. We have the Gantt timeline and creation, new ticket logs, ticket assignments, ticket progress updates, KPI, everything that you need to know as a project manager would be done. Like I said, you'll be going to be given a specialist that will literally hold your hands and guide you through all the things, all the experiences you're going to be working on. So I hope that answers your question on the bio. Okay, so it's going to be very, very detailed, giving you the most realistic experience. You building, you solving, you experiencing those things firsthand. You're going to be experiencing those things yourself too. How do we get access to the Amdari website is another question by Bukola. How do we get access to the Amdari platform? So all you need to do is go to Amdari, search for Amdari, okay, on your browser. Amdari, okay, press enter, and that's it. You have access to the website, okay? But now, if you are looking at getting access to the dashboard, you will need to have made payment. So the moment you make payments, you will get access to the dashboard, this dashboard that we see here with the payment, with the internship, and so on and so forth. That's how you get access to the dashboard. That's the question for that. Any other question do I have here? If you have any question, you can raise up your hand. I'll be taking some questions after that one. Okay. So Emmanuel is asking the question, what about if you're holding a care worker skill visa? Is it an hindrance? No, as long as the company you're working with is going to sponsor your visa, it's not an hindrance. So most roles in the NHS, for example, would sponsor your visa. So you are just going to be switching. So you have a visa at the moment, and you're going to be switching to a skilled worker visa with the NHS. So that's the reason why we're focusing on the NHS, especially for people that are coming from the care background. We're going to be focusing majorly on the care workspace, and you're going to be leveraging the experience in care to the experience you're going to be getting from Amdari with the customizations and everything. You're going to be using that to pivot your career into the tech space. So that's essentially going to be the case. So Emmanuel, I hope that answers your question. So we're not saying you should quit your job as a care worker. We're saying let's work with you, okay? Tailor your experience, tailor everything to get, put out applications, and you're likely going to be successful. So that's what I mean by what I said. Okay, so I think I've answered this question. What is the flexibility of the internship program in terms of time and currently doing the master's program? Chimeme, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but Yeah, Chimeme, your question is, what about flexibility? It's very flexible. So you see, the internship is for 4 months. Okay. So for that 4 months duration, you are going to be active Mondays to Fridays. You would have your weekends to yourself. Okay. So nothing really happens on the weekend. All right. But Monday to Friday in the evening is where we have, sessions. So Monday to Friday, we only take 2 days, Monday to Friday, to have a live session. So you only have 2 days during the week where you have a live session. So now you would have to determine the time with your colleagues. Okay. So the projects that you guys are working on together, based on your project, based on your timing, based on everything, you guys will determine the time that works for you, as a project team. Okay. And say that, okay, we're going to be meeting every Monday and Friday. Okay. So Monday to set stone for the week, and Friday to sort of evaluate all the things that I've been doing, during the week. So that's the reason why I'm showing you this. That's the reason why I came here, to show you what the workflow would look like. So every day you will be required to do something. All right. Every day you would be required to do something. So if I go to any of the projects here, and I go to the task, okay. Sorry, let me just go back to weekly expectations. All right. You see day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, Monday to Friday, there will be activities for you to perform. So what we say is, you're going to be meeting live classes, live sessions. It's going to be twice in a week, either Monday and Friday, Tuesday and Thursday, Wednesday and Friday, depending on what you guys agree to. So that, okay, this is the best time for us to meet. Okay. So once you meet twice in a week, that is 4 hours. 2 hours on Monday, 2 hours on Friday, for example. That's enough. Okay. So you see, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, on your own time, you need to work on the task for the day. It's likely going to take you between 20 to 35 minutes for you to complete that task, but you need to complete the task on a daily basis. So it's flexible. So you could do your task during the day, in the early days of your time. You could do your task anytime during the day. If if you have issues with doing your task, you can easily book what we call an office hour. Okay. So if you come to the dashboard, you'll see book a consultation. Okay. You can easily just book an office hour with your team lead. So you have the specialist there. So if you're having issues, so you can easily book the session. All right. You can easily book the session with your specialist. Now, you see, all the sessions are recorded. So even if you were very busy with schoolwork and everything, and you couldn't meet up with a session, all the sessions are recorded. Okay, so you would have access to the recording of the session, and you see everything is there. You will have access to the recording, and you have lifetime access to the recording, actually. So
Contains all key project info.
This is one of they are currently doing a project presentation. Let me just show you this in a few seconds. All right. You see, this is a project presentation. All right. Trying to see.
Thank you for asking.
Hope your audio went well.
The business problem, but it's not something that can be worked around.
I wanted them to start the presentation. So they have a business presentation for this. So
This, you can see the project charter here.
yeah, so walk me through.
Amended, but I don't know the
All right, so this is the presentation, and you can see how they've gone through the project charter, they've gone through everything that they needed to go through. Every team will present, and these are the presentations that we're talking about in the session I spoke about earlier. All right, so you have access to the recording if you miss a session. If it is something you don't understand, you can easily come back to your dashboard and book a consultation and get clarity on what was discussed. Okay, so you are always going to get support regardless, okay, of whatever the situation is. Okay, so that's how flexible it is. So it's twice in a week. Live sessions is twice in a week. That will be determined by yourself and the team members, but you will need to devote time to complete the task for each day. So I would say set aside 30 to 60 minutes in a day for you to complete your task. If you have issues, you can easily book a session, and somebody is going to be there to assist you. Somebody said 390 is what I can afford, please. So unfortunately, that's not the price point. That's for Jacinta. Okay, can I start in July? Yes, Peter, you can start in July. So you can make your payments now. All right, and we'll put you in the July batch. Okay, we'll put you in the July batch. Thank you very much for that. So how about if you are a master student and concluding this month? Fantastic, beautiful. I usually tell most people that it's better for you to start your program, start the internship before you complete your masters. The reason why that is people are more desperate after they've completed their masters. All right, so you completed your masters, the first month you don't get a job, second month you don't get a job, you are usually very desperate. Okay, so what I would say is it's very good to start the internship even before you complete your masters. So I would say like give yourself about 2-3 months before you complete your masters to start applying. There is something I want to play with you. I want to play a video, one of the testimonial videos. I'm going to go back to the very first testimonial video I played for you. So you see what I'm talking about. Most people feel like when I get a job, I need to start immediately. And I'm going to play this video for you. It's the very first one. This is for Chinanya. All right. I just remember based on this question. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to play this video. And I want you to listen to no, it was during the mentorship. She mentioned it during the mentorship. She mentioned it during the mentorship program. So I'm going to go to resources, mentorship. I had a mentorship. She came on board our mentorship program last week.
For you to
okay. So where people came to interact and ask her questions. So this is Chinanya. Okay.
All right. If I ask, let me move to the audience. I have Nasir.
Submit it. So it was more about the quality. For some people,
reviewed. I asked them about that question. That's what led to me. One other pastor that felt he was not accomplishing it.
for everybody, but it's not just about the quantity of applications that you put in, it's more about the quality of application, because there's now this narrative of, oh, I have submitted, I'm doing 100 applications in a day, this one. For me, it was not about the quantity. I don't think I applied for up to 10 jobs. I even need to go back and count. I don't think it was up to 10 because I didn't even have the time. It was about the quality. If I did one in 1 week, that one, I would spend days and days on it before I would submit it. So it was more about the quality. For some people, it might not work because it depends on what is chasing you. So what was chasing me was different. So that's why I said this advice might not.
If you're sleeping at 12, what's the normal bedtime? 10 o'clock?
That's my normal bedtime.
The point. Billy Graham, one of the. So you see, the key thing here is she spoke, I can't remember exactly where she said it, but she said, she was meant to start the job in January, but because of life and everything, she had to start the job. I think she started this month, started in May. Was it this month or last month? Towards the end of last month, April or May, she started. So most organizations you can actually get a job with this company and you can start at a later date. So let's say you're 3 months to completing your master's. You could actually get a job now, and it could actually say you should start after you've completed your master's. All right. So it's best for you to do that. Okay. Now for you to say, let me finish my program, and then I'll start looking for a job that can start immediately. In most cases, you are literally going to be very desperate. So I usually would advise to apply before you even complete your masters. So if you're completing your masters, you're perfectly still okay. We'll work with you to get what you're looking for. So good tip. I hope that answers your question. Okay, just give me a thumbs up if I've answered your question. For those already registered, finished internship program, do we also have access? Watson. I mean, well, it depends on when you finished. Actually, if it was 2 years ago, definitely not. But if you're in the alumni group, we give them access. We give access to the alumni. If you're in the alumni group, we give access to CB Martley to the alumni. So if you're in the group, if you're not in the group, that might just be where you've not gotten it. So if you're an alumnus and you're in the alumni WhatsApp group, we give access to all our alumni. Okay. Good tip says visa expires in September. Good tip, you don't have a lot of time, to be honest with you. You don't have a lot of time. Good tip. I'm not sure if that's the correct pronunciation, but you don't have a lot of time. I would say you should register as soon as possible. and let's jump on a call together, and then we can map out your strategy for the next 2-3 months, 2 months, 2-3 months, ridiculously. All right, you need to start getting yourself. Go to what career path are you looking at going into? Please just type it out. Okay, type it out. So, or you if you want to have a quick conversation, you can raise up your hand, and then we can converse a little bit. Can I start today with all the support required? Need a job in less than a month. Mali, yes. Okay. Is it male? Yes. So I can dedicate a session to you. So if you make a payment today, I would say you should send me an email. So let me say at mail. Okay, at mail. So do you because mail needs it the most. So I'll say send me an email if you meant at amdori.io. Okay, so I'm gonna send you to you. Send me an mail, and then send me an mail. Okay, once you make your payment, attach the proof of payment. I'll jump on a call straight with you. So because in less than a month is tricky, very very tricky, but we'll see what we can do. Okay. At the projects we'll be working on real situation or simulated situation. They're based on real businesses, okay? So real UK-based startups. So that's what you'll be working on, okay? They're not, some things will be seen because they can't give you, you can't say that, okay, we have a project and they're going to be giving you their real data, for example, for you to analyze. It's not going to work. Okay, so if you've heard of anything that has to do with data protection, you cannot get the data. All right, or cyber security. I said that the person in the organization will give you their logs, their customer user logs. That's a breach, a serious breach. So some things are going to be simulated, but the experience is not simulated. It's going to be based on the real business, real experience. That's what you're going to be getting. So I hope that answers your question, Tony Dial. Okay, I have a full knowledge using project management. Can you guide me in landing a job? 100%. Don't worry. That's exactly what we're doing here, GD. So you have Primavera P6 in project management experience. I mean, it requires more than that. Just one tool experience. I mean, that's what they use for construction, and most construction IT-based projects, construction-based projects will work with you. Don't worry. That's what I'm saying. I am interested in building a long-term career with the NHS and would appreciate guidance on choosing the right career path or course. And then if you've not taken a course before, okay, so if you've not taken a course in project management or business analysis, it might just be tricky, okay, because it's not a training program, it's a work experience program. So if you've not taken any course or you've not taken any completed any even Udemy course or a Coursera course or something that provides you with the foundational knowledge, it's going to be tricky. So if you're still considering choosing the right career path, we can have a call. Okay, you can make your payments. We can have a that's where the personalized job search strategy comes in play. So once you make your payment, you confirm that you made your payment today. It has to be today because it's not going to be, oh, I paid in 2 weeks' time. I paid 5 days in the future. I still want you to speak to me. I mean, I can speak to you because you made your payment, but it's not going to be a personalized job search strategy. So people that pay today are the people that will get benefit to that personalized me one-on-one having that conversation with you. So I didn't if that's the case you want, then I can jump on a call with you and consider everything. Please consider the students here, please. We're considering you 100%. I think one thing most people don't understand is if you want to get a job, you're looking for a job that is paying you an average of 41,000, let's say 42,000 pounds. The take home on that is going to be well up above 3,000 pounds. So you're basically investing 600 pounds, okay, today, discounted, heavily discounted, 25% discounted to enter into a career path that would set you up in the future, okay? And that is not going to come to meet you in 2 years' time to say that, oh, we helped you get a job. Initially, come up here as an additional. No, it's a one-time fee, guaranteed that you're going to get a job. And we're going to work with you till you get a job. That's exactly what it is. Can a full-time worker join the internship? Answer the question, yes. So it's very flexible. We don't meet during the days, during your work hours. We meet in the evening so that it fits your schedule, okay? Do you have an internship for DevOps engineer? All you do is PMD and DA. We don't have anyone we add for DevOps, okay? We had for DevOps a few months ago. We just had to do a little bit restructuring. We would likely bring it back, but for now we do have DevOps, as a standalone internship. So let me take some questions. Let me listen to some people's voice. I've just been listening to my voice all through. So let me listen to Rafael Okonta. Rafael Okonta. Rafael Okonta. Rafael. Is it Rafael or Rafael?
Raphael, actually.
Raphael. Okay, awesome. Can I get a question?
Yeah, I was the one who asked the question for DevOps. I'm interested in DevOps engineering. So what would you advise? Are you going to say, okay, let me switch to project management, business analysis, and all of that?
So we're doing DevOps, like I said. We just did a bit restructuring. Okay, so we're currently looking at how we can restructure the work experience program for DevOps to match up with industry standards, and that's the reason why it's not currently on the platform today. So we used to, but we don't have that going on at the moment.
Any idea when you're going to kickstart it again?
It will be like around June, July this year. June, July this year is when we're not going to keep that.
Yeah, but the next cohort is starting in June, like you said.
Yeah, starting in June. Oh, sorry, July, towards July. July, August is when we're going to be looking at.
Okay, so I think I'll have to wait till then, because I don't think I want to begin to go into. I have a bit of experience with project management, just a foundational experience anyway. But I think I'm more interested in DevOps than any other ones you guys are offering.
Cloud and data engineering. Is that something you're interested in?
Yeah, I don't have any knowledge of that in terms of foundational knowledge, so I don't know where I'm going to start from. I don't know if it's the same tools we use in DevOps that they use for data engineering.
No, they're pretty much not the same tool.
Exactly.
So most people doing DevOps they don't have any experience with Python, SQL, or heavy on SQL. But anyways, yeah, I mean, you can just wait till July, August this year, and then we'll keep you in. I'll put on your name also. So whenever we have something that comes up, we'll send you an email. For you
okay, that'll be fine. I'll wait for that.
All right, awesome.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, let me have Michael. Adeni Michael Babatunde. Adeni Michael Babatunde.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening, Michael.
Good evening. About the thank you for this program. Trust me, it means a lot to me. I've been going through a lot of questions in my head. I'm ready to, even currently, as you were speaking earlier on, I'm already doing the payments, like the first 3 installments. Like I would like to pay in first 3 installments. So I'm doing the first payment now, but I'm thinking which to pick between project management and business analysis, not business analysis, because I studied international business for my master's. But right now, I'm looking towards me getting a sponsorship.
Yes.
Because I'm currently on graduate visa, so I don't know which to pick between both.
All right. Which one do you have experience in? Which of this career path would you say you have?
Business analysis.
Okay, so you have done a bit of business analysis. You've studied it before. You've taken courses in business analysis and all that.
Yes.
Prior to this, what would you say you were doing before? What was your work experience like prior to the UK?
I was into buying and selling of goods and services back in Nigeria. I was into sales.
Yeah, that's valid, 100%. I love working with entrepreneurs because as an entrepreneur, you're literally everything. All right. You're the business strategist, you're the process of as a business person, you're constantly improving your process. So, it's one of the major things that I usually find exciting to work with. So as an entrepreneur, you have nothing to worry about. That's something that we can work around when we're building up your job strategy, getting you a job and all that. And you're taking courses in business analysis. I would say play to the area of your strengths, which will be business analysis. So if you come online today, all right, I'm just going to go online to do a quick job search. okay, so that we can look at it together. So if we come to, you're looking at the NHS, or you're looking for sponsorship, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Okay, NHS Jobs UK. All right, so let's just do a quick one. Let's just go to NHS jobs, go to job search. I want to do a tailored one for you so you see what I'm talking about. So we have business analyst, okay, and I would add a keyword there also, which is process. So the key thing here is, like I've told you during this job, the minimum we did earlier, it will always come up with job roles that have those keywords. So you take them, and I also add system, okay. And we can add, yeah, I mean, I won't say you should add as many as you can, but the keywords that would always come up, okay. So we see this one is business analyst, we have this clinical coding business analyst, we have systems analyst and developer, we have ERP business change analyst. So this falls into the domain of what you're looking at. All right, so you can see quite a number of roles currently going on, so let's take a look at one of them. Let's see the ERP, business change analyst. ERP means enterprise resource planning. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's take a deep dive into this. Looking at this, an exciting opportunity as a reason to join the Buckinghamshire healthcare, blah 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 blah. Based on this, okay, let's just go to the main duties. Working closely with the clinical operations and digital colleagues, you will undertake business analysis and business change activities across ERP work streams. This would include requirement gathering, end-to-end process mapping, as is and to be, supporting clinical and operational design. So these are things that you can do. All right. The only key thing here is if you go down to the requirement, all right, you would see that you would need experience. So you see proven experience in effectively supporting projects with BA activities from brief through to delivery. Experience of working with large range of stakeholders using different approaches relevant to audience. Experience of working in healthcare organizations and so on and so forth. You see this. This is a key thing. This is what I tell you that most people should leverage their healthcare experience. So you see, experience working in health organization, anything has to do with healthcare, health experience, you can leverage those experiences. It's not bad. It's not terrible. Do you understand what I mean? That's exactly where this comes in. And as long as you have your experience with business analysis with Amdari, so the way it works is on your CV, Amdari will be the place you're working at the moment. So it will be business analyst consultant Amdari, the list of things that you're doing with us, then would arrange your past experience in order. Okay, so the people will see a progression in your experience, and that's why it's called a personalized, CV session. Okay, we guarantee you that personalized CV one-on-one session, so where you can get access to, you'll get answers to all these questions that you're going to be having. So personalized CV, personalized LinkedIn, and so on and so forth. I don't know if this answers your question, Michael. Michael, see here? Oh, Michael has dropped. Okay, so let me take another question. Okay, so let me just take some questions in the chat again, and then we can call it a day. So mail, I'll be expecting your email, okay? At the projects we'll be working on advanced question. I have a full knowledge of using advanced question. I'm interested in building it. Okay, yes, Michael, I've answered your question. We'll guarantee all the things that you need to have. Can the full-time worker? Yes, I've answered that question. I think I've answered most questions here now. I have heard some employers are backlisting certain companies, calling them dummy companies. So how does yours differ? Backlisting. I've never heard of that before. So I mean, maybe those are like training companies. So if you're a training company, yes, they might blacklist. Yeah, I don't know if it's blacklist or blacklist, but I'm not sure. I've not really heard of that. Okay, because we run this Analytics also is another company that I work that I'm currently the co-founder of, and we still, it's a training company, but we have people getting jobs every week. Do you get me? So it's not something to worry about. So with Amdari, I mean, it's a work. That's the reason why we only use the word internship, where we have communications with people that are looking at getting started. But if you go to our website today, And that's the reason why I want you to do this. So you see here, Amdari offers internship in various fields, including this. So it's clear as day that it is not a training company. Okay. It is internship, experience. Okay, gain real experience. That's what you see, everywhere on the website, communications, anywhere you want to even check. So it's at no point would they I've never been in that situation before. I don't think we even find ourselves in that situation because we work with real businesses. You're going to be working with real startups. You hear from the CEOs, you hear from the founders. You have that life experience essentially. All right. Can I have a one-on-one discussion with you tonight or tomorrow? I have already sent an email to you. It's payment confirms my availability. Payment confirms that one-on-one session with you, Peter. So it might not be today, but definitely early in the week. Not Sunday also. Sundays are usually my quiet time where I get to sort of assess myself for the week and all that. So likely going to be on for Monday, Peter. But that would also confirm that you made your payment. That's me today, not tomorrow. Okay. I've answered that question. At what point does age play a role of being a barrier to securing a dream job in the UK? Ooh, that's a very good question. Now, age is not, I don't know how old you are. Now, I've heard people say they're 35 years old and they feel like they cannot change their careers. I've heard people say they are 40 and they cannot change their career. I've heard people 45, 50. Now, the key thing here you need to have at the back of your mind is age is what people say. Age is a number, correct? But it's cliche. All right. But let me explain it in a certain way. Now, your retirement age is what year? Okay. Usually, I would say 60. In most cases, 60, 65 years. Okay. So let's just say 60 for the sake of it. Okay. Now, if you're 35 and you feel like you've been working since when you're 25, so you have 10 years of experience doing one particular thing. Most people don't want to change because they've been doing that for a long time, for 10 years. But not looking at from 35 to 60, you still have 25 years ahead of you. All right. Now you're 40 years old. You have what? You have 20 years of work that you're still going to be working. So a 40 years old is not too old for a career change. What about 45? You still have 15 years of working. Okay, you still have 15 solid years of working. So why not pivot in a career path that guarantees you success? Okay, you're 50 years old, you still have a solid 10 years ahead of you. So you want to manage the career path for 10 years. You've been managing it since when you're 40 or 30, and you're still going to 60, you still want to manage it for the next 10 years. So you see, you get the mathematics. So don't look at what you've been doing in the past and how long you've been doing it in the past. Look into the future. Do you still have enough time? Yes, you do. If you're 40, you have 20 years. If you're 45, you have 15 years. Do you understand what I mean? So age is not a barrier, okay? Age is not a barrier, I'll tell you that. The only barrier is the thoughts of you being old. You think you're old, all right? And that's when you feel it and you think it, you kind of want to feel like it's correct. You rationalize it that it's correct. But really, in real sense of it, no, it doesn't. I worked with a man that was in his late 40s. He got a job with Cognizant. Okay, first salary was about £40,000. £40,000 in the UK. He had always worked as an accountant. Got a job as a data analytics consultant with Cognizant in the UK. All right, Cognizant is one of the largest, IT consulting firms in the world. All right, so age is not a barrier. I'll say that. Sadi, okay, Seiju, I think that's correct. Any program for those in Canada? Yes, we do. We have the same work experience, but just for Canadian businesses. So we do this majorly just for Canadian businesses. So instead of UK businesses, you'll be working with Canadian-based startups for you to gain that experience. So yes, we do have this for Canada. All right. So if you have family members in Canada, the US that's looking for a job, struggling to get that experience, this is exactly where they ought to be. Thank you for working with me and thanks for answering my question. However, I'm still required to pay the full price since I'm not learning from scratch. Can you give me knowledge of can I get knowledge of Primavera 6? Give me a bonus. I'm not sure I get the question. I'm not learning from scratch. So you're not learning from scratch. You need to get an extra discount, isn't it? No, it doesn't work that way, GD. All right. Thank you very much for that. Anyways, that cracked me up. Is it possible to change courses? I just registered for one, and I think I rushed into making a decision. But Lisa, yes, 100%. You can make a decision. You can make a switch anytime. Even when you start 2 weeks into the program, you can still switch. Okay, so that's not a problem, Lisa. So just just we're going to send out communications to you. So in one of those communications, please ensure you let us know that you want to switch, and then we'll make that switch for you. All right. Thank you very much. Adeni says he has made payments. Then I'll speaking with Jude, I would reach out to everybody that has made payment from this call. I'll reach out to you this week, and then we'll schedule a call with you this week. So expect an email from me this week if you made your payment today. You'll hear from me today. All right. Abiodun, let me just take the last 2 questions and I call it a day. Thank you very much. I think that's what I'm going to throw the curtains. I spent another 1 hour speaking. Or is it more than 1 hour now? Abiodun Olalekan. How are you?
Yeah, thank you very much, Femina. Thank you very much for everything that you guys do at Amdari. Just a quick one. I'm just wondering if there is going to be any kind of further consideration for some of us who took our courses in analytics.
Okay. What other consideration are you looking for? Where did you do your program with analytics?
I did my program January 2025.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Currently, there's no consideration. Okay. Currently, there's no consideration. So what I could do is send me an email. If I'll just because you asked the question, I'll see what I can do for you. But okay, send me an email. So my email is there. If you're at amdari.io, I'll see what I can. Just because you asked, honestly, and that's what they say. A closed mouth is a closed destiny, isn't it? So, anyways, I'll say that yes, that's it.
All right.
You can send me.
All right. Yeah. Thanks. All right.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. Adeni Michael. Okay, you're okay. I thought I would. Adeni Michael, do you want to go ahead with your question?
Yes, we're speaking earlier on. My phone went off, so I had to come to my system. Yes, my phone went off, so I couldn't get.
Noticed that you're not on the call anymore.
Yeah, my phone went off.
Yeah, no problem at all. So tell me, so I said you've made your payments already.
Yes.
So we're going to jump on call this week, okay, for the personalized job search strategy, and then we can talk more on how we are going to go about, your job search strategy and all that. How does that sound for you?
Yeah, 100%.
100%, awesome. So, I appreciate you, honestly. Thank you so much for trusting first off, okay, in the process and trusting in what we've delivered today. The key thing you should have at the back of your mind, not just you, Michael, but every other person, is the goal is very simple. The goal is for you to get a job. The work experience program is just something that you need, okay? But the ultimate need is a job. So you see, when we provide you with those 3 things, I spoke about, the job strategy would fit into those 3 buckets, which is your experience, the tailored employability, and job application strategy. All right. So, these are the things that we're going to do for, and that's the essence of the discussion, Michael. Looking at your past experience, what have you done before? Talking about all the things you've done before, figuring out to tailor everything into the career path you want to go into. What's your current visa situation? What roles should you tailor your resume to? What application strategy should you deploy? So on and so forth. These are the things that we're going to do for you, or that I would do for you, all right, during the call. Okay. So without one call, we might have several calls, but essentially we'd have just calls to ensure that you get the best experience possible and get a job, essentially. So, Michael, I'm looking forward to speaking to you this week. All right.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Awesome. All right. So that's what we're going to draw the curtains today. Thank you very much for joining today's session. I hope I was able to break these things down for you. Now, if you're looking for sponsorship, it's something I want to leave you with today. The minimum salary for you to get sponsorship in the UK today is 41,700. Now, when I moved to the UK, when I moved to get sponsorship at the time, you need a salary of £28,000. It was initially 25, they increased to £28,000. Now, at that point in time, beginners, even my friends in Nigeria, okay, were coming to the UK to get jobs. They were getting jobs from Nigeria. Okay, so they'll get a job of 28, 29, 30, you know, they will just get a job, then they will start to change jobs in the UK. And I know a couple of people that did that. But they can't do that today. Okay? They can't do that today anymore. Okay? They can't do that anymore. So what do you do? All right, 28,000 is a beginner price. It's a beginner price. It's a beginner salary. So if you're looking at getting a job as a graduate in the UK, 25, 28, 30,000, that's where it is. But once they move the price point from those price points to a 41, okay, it means that you need experience. That's what it means. You cannot rely on your master's, your certificates, and all that. You need a master's. You need an experience. That's basically what they're talking about. I've worked in the UK. I've done the same thing that you're doing, looking for a job, doing interviews and all that. You know, a £40,000 job is middle or senior management, depending on the organization. So it means you need experience. That's what it means. So if today you're looking for sponsorship and you want to try to use your master's or your degree or your certificate, it's just going to be, you know, it's not going to work. So last question I have here, I've not taken is how do they go about registering for those in Canada? It's very simple. Just go to the website. It's still on the website. So I'm just going to quickly do a demo, okay? And then I think that's the last one I'm going to do. All right. So it's the same thing for the guys in the UK, the guys in the US. So you just go to our website, go to the website. Okay, sorry, I'm just doing. Go to the website, abdari.io, okay? Okay, so click on this, go to the internship program, just the way, go to internship, select on your preferred career path, click on apply here, click on apply now, just the same way we did. So you see here, we have the EU codes and we have the NA. So NA means Northern America, North America. So all that they need to do is just select NA. So if you're in Canada, the US, just select NA. We have a specifically tailored session towards for the guys in NA because of their time zones and everything. So we have the NA session. Okay. So they can also select any of the price point they want and go about their life. I hope that answers your question, emotionally. What? All right. Thank you very much for that beautiful question. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Looking forward to having you guys on board. Let's see how we can help you get a job. Simple. Not get experience. How we can help you get a job. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful weekend and see you in future sessions. Bye for now, guys. Thank you. Bye. Bye, everyone. Good night.